We apologize for some technical difficulties here on this Friday night. For those of you who could not hear Justin Koehler at field level, he will be with us throughout the ball game. Dylan Baker and Noah Smith with you here from the Game Day London broadcast booth. Another fun one tonight, Noah, as the Majors try to bounce back from a tough weekend.
Yeah, Dylan, it started off on the right track for London last weekend with a big walk-off win on Friday night, but things quickly went downhill for London on the weekend, losing 3 straight ball games. They're really going to look to try and rebound here. Once again, back on home turf, see if they can get back into their winning ways.
Majors are trying to rock the park here tonight as the Guelph Royals come to town. London dropped into 4th place in the IBL standings with a tough weekend. Always difficult to play 4 games in 3 days, but the performance from the Majors left a little something to be desired.
Yeah, there's always a little bit to be desired when you don't come away with the expected outcomes. And I'll say expected because when you looked at that schedule, you had the doubleheader in Kitchener, you had the game against Welland. You want to think that you can at least come away with a win or 2 in that schedule for the Majors, knowing who they had on the hill, what they were going into. I'd like to think that they could come away with a victory or 2. So to come away with absolutely nothing other than that Friday night walk-off, it's a little bit disappointing. But this team, they're going to right the ship here, and I think they're going to turn things around this weekend.
They've got another tough opponent here tonight as the Guelph Royals come to town to take on the Majors this evening. Guelph now ahead of London in the standings. We'll have more of the BP8 Fitness pregame show after the break. BP8 Fitness, functional strength training for every body.
In London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at
Get suited up with us for our big night. We went to Collins Clothiers. They had suits and tuxedos in various colors and styles. The staff helped us pick exactly what we wanted. They custom fit our suits for the perfect fit. They even matched us to our date's dress. It was so much fun trying on suits with the boys on the VIP night. They even got us pizza while we tried clothes on.
For prom kids, of course, are going to be the best dressed.
We felt so confident and looked amazing.
Back now on Majors TV as the Majors get set to face off here against the Guelph Royals on this Friday night. There may be some music on the broadcast throughout the ball game. That is because Rock the Park, the annual tradition here at the Forks of the Thames, is happening over in Harris Park. And the Majors looking to rock the Guelph Royals here tonight as Guelph comes to town for the second time this year. Noah, the Royals, we talked to their skipper Dino Rumel prior to today's ball game. He described it as a power outage for them. The offense has not been clicking at the level it's expected to as of late.
Well, that's probably the perfect way to put it if you're Dino Rumel, with how the Guelph Royals bats have been over the last little bit. They'll look to turn that around here today. It's only a matter of time, Dylan. You look up and down this lineup, and we'll show it here before they get to take their swings in the top of the first inning. I look at this, Dylan, there's too many good hitters in this lineup to stay cold for too long. It's only a matter of time before they break out. Of course, the Major's hoping that's not tonight, but for the Guelph Royals, it's just a matter of time, in my opinion, before the bats start turning around for their season.
Back-to-back games where they were shut out, Tuesday and Thursday, one in Welland, one at home in Guelph. Let's take a look at the starting pitching matchup presented by Throw London, London's original knife throwing for the Majors. It's Braden Farrington getting the start. Noah having a pretty solid season out of the bullpen, only his third career IBL start tonight.
Yeah, the Major's going to Farrington tonight. You can see the numbers there, pretty good, but he has only seen bullpen time so far this season and fairly limited as we work our way into mid-July. He has not seen a ton of action, but he'll get the start tonight, and if you're the London Majors and the coaching staff here, Dylan, I think they're hoping they could get 4 or 5 innings out of Braden Farrington today. I don't know how lengthened out he's going to be honest with you, so we'll only have to wait and see how long they'll let him go if he's throwing well.
On the other side, it is veteran Hector Jan, 3 wins, 2 losses, a 3.82 earned run average, 7.65 strikeouts per 9, but a 6.12 walks per 9. Noah, that figure is elevated.
Yeah, it is elevated. We were talking, as you mentioned, with Dino before the game about what we can expect. And you know what? He said Hector's going to go out there and he's going to battle tonight. And I expect nothing less than we're going to see that today. It's one of those days you show up to the ballpark, you see the pitching matchup, and you show, I don't know how this game's going to go, right? Could the bats come alive for these two teams? Could these guys silence the bat? It could go either way. It's not your star-studded pitching lineup, but two guys that have been around the league and they know how to pitch the batters.
We'll get to the Guelph Royals lineup here momentarily, but for now, Brando LaRue will step into the batter's box to lead off the contest against Braden Farrington. First pitch from the Majors right-hander is on the ground towards first base. Charging is Caden Cardoso. He'll step on the bag himself, and a good start for the Majors right-hander with one quick out. Let's take a look now at the starting lineup for the Guelph Royals in today's ball game. Similar to what we've been seeing throughout the year, Brando LaRue, J.D. Williams, Andy Leader, then Takamatsu, Garton, Hammond, Keon Moseni, Joseph Del Rosario, and Yosuke Ohashi. Like you mentioned, Noah, a good lineup.
Yeah, this is a lineup where, once again, I'm going to repeat it, Dylan. I see too many good bats in this lineup for them to stay quiet for really as long as they have. This power outage, I think, has got to come to an end soon for this Royals team. They're going to look for a big night to try and break out of it here.
So J.D. Williams into the batter's box now. First pitch from Braden Farrington is there for a strike, 0-1. Williams batting .297 on the year, 5 home runs, 22 runs batted in. Breaking ball from Farrington misses, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Dylan, we don't have a keys to the game graphic or anything here, but if there's one key for Braden Farrington for me tonight, it's get ahead of batters early. You don't want to be pitching from in a hole, 3-0s, 3-1s. That's when you're going to give these bats a great chance to hit.
Behind in the count here, 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the offering from the right-hander. That one misses upstairs, 3-1, so a good hitter's count here for Williams.
And I expect the Royals to be aggressive in these hitters' counts tonight as well.
Right-hander trying to work back. That one is cut on and missed by Williams, and so the count runs full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Two All-Stars facing off. Braden Farrington named to the South team. J.D. Williams named to the North team. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Farrington comes with the off-speed and sets down Williams on strikes for the second out.
Well, Farrington a little bit different than probably you're used to seeing in the IBL, at least to start a ball game. Doesn't come at you very hard with his stuff, but he's got good movement on the pitches he does have, and he likes to switch up the locations as well, Dylan. He'll throw a hitter off for sure. I'll be interested to see how the Royals, how they really change up their at-bats, how they can modify how they approach an at-bat as this game goes on.
Farrington now dealing to IBL veteran Andy Leader. He lines this one straight back at the screen. Leader came over in a deal from the Kitchener Panthers earlier this year. 4 for 28 this season in limited time. Just 7 games. That one popped up foul territory. Cardoso towards the warning track, makes the catch just in front of the Guelph dugout, and that is just as perfect as you could get for Braden Farrington in the first inning. No score.
Yeah, you can't ask for much better than that. 0 on the board and a quick inning in doing so, getting through the top of this Guelph Royals order. Gives his team a chance to head out onto the bats. We talked about the power outage for the Guelph Royals over the weekend. The Majors, their bats, Dylan, I wouldn't call them hot at all over the weekend. They need to get things going as well.
They absolutely do, and they will look to do that with this lineup today in this contest. Gibson Krasminski goes into the leadoff spot. He's kind of bounced around the lineup this season. Noah sits in the one spot today. Tristan Osika bats second. He's the second baseman. Then it's Cardoso, DeOlio, Reichstein, and Joseph. Now, all of those guys, including Cleveland Brownlee, who's batting seventh, the Majors are hoping to get just a little bit more from, because as of late, their top hitters haven't been performing up to where they have been in the past.
Yeah, exactly. And Cleveland Brownlee, he's in there kind of bottom half of the lineup here today, but he finally looked like he found his swing over the weekend as well, Dylan.
He did. Cleveland Brownlee, 2 home runs in Kitchener on Sunday, 1 in the first half of the doubleheader and 1 in the second half. Looking to build off of that here today, Victor Plaz and Ty Mosher round out the London Majors lineup in the ball game this evening, and they will face the left-hander Hector Jan, as mentioned. Jan is going to be a guy who is very emotional out there. I don't know if emotional is the right word. He's going to display a lot of character and energy when he's out there pitching. Noah, he's a very confident guy, and he likes to celebrate when he does something well.
Yeah, certainly is. Emotional is the way to put it on the hill, and emotions aren't always a bad thing, Dylan. We know that these guys, if you can control it properly, can certainly help you on the hill. We'll see how the lefty does here today against this London Majors lineup. 25 degrees, the first pitch temperature here at Labatt Memorial Park. Feels like 33, though, Dylan. It is a little bit heavy out there today, so I'll be interested to see how that affects the starting pitchers in the ballgame.
It is a warm one, that's for sure, Noah. A hot day at Labatt Memorial Park. We'll see how that affects everybody in this contest. It's certainly affecting us up here. We were talking pregame about the need for maybe some AC in this press box, but that's all right. We're ready to go nonetheless.
Add it into the budget for next year, Dylan.
Absolutely. Jan finishes up his warm-up pitches. He will deal with Gibson Krasminski to lead things off. Krasminski, a guy who has been solid as of late for the Majors, had a home run a couple of games ago and batting .296 on the year.
Yeah, I'll look to get things going here for the Majors. This is one of those games where you don't know what's going to happen here. Kicks off another busy weekend in the Intercounty Baseball League for London. So get out on the bats early here. Be aggressive at the plate. See if you can do some damage early.
Majors rocking their full blue uniforms as you see it on your screen there. They've only worn these jerseys one time previously this season. That was in their May 21st game in Chatham, Kent against the Barnstormers. We've yet to see the blue pants get broken out. They are ready to go today. First pitch from Hector Jan is off the plate outside for ball one. Balls and strikes tonight are called by the crew chief and home plate umpire Rob Stevenson as Krasminski swings through that one. 1-1. James Deacon is over at third, and Dean Oberle is over at first. Jan working quickly. The 1-1 is ripped through the left side for a base hit. So Gibson Krasminski, a leadoff single. The Majors are in business.
Well, it took 3 pitches, but still aggressive. I'll call it in that at-bat. He was swinging on the second pitch and then lined the third pitch into left field for a leadoff single. And that's how the Majors are going to want to approach the ball game today. If they get on Hector Jan early, they might have some success at the plate.
Majors actually have 2 switch hitters to lead off the ball game. Krasminski and Osika, both switch hitters. Osika batting .371 in the season. Went deep last Friday. He squares around a bunt here, gets it down, but well foul and in the air, so it's 0-1.
It's funny you said gets it down there. It's just the typical baseball terminology that we use as broadcasters. There was anything but that. He was well underneath that baseball. I'll be interested to see if he does go around again here, if he changes the approach.
0-1, squaring around Osika again, gets this one down for real, but it's foul yet again, and so the count now at 0 balls and 2 strikes.
Committed to it at least. They were going for the bunt. 2 straight pitches there. Osika just unable to find the right location for the bunt. As you mentioned, he was able to get that one down towards the first base side, but rolled it foul. And now he's in an 0-2 hole here against Jan.
We'll see if the bunt is still on. No, I would assume probably not, but the Majors have seemed to want to get the bunts down this season. They've been aggressive with the small ball. Krasminski, a very short lead over at first base. The offering on its way to Osika did not square around. That pitch is well off the plate outside. 1-2. Jan with the left arm dangling, now comes set. Steps off and looks Krasminski back. First disengagement of this plate appearance. The 1-2 home, Osika in the air, center field. J.D. Williams, a couple of steps to his left, he's got it, and there's one away.
So we'll get a good piece of that despite getting in a hole early in that at-bat. A fly out to center field will be the first out of the bottom of the first inning, though. Now we get into this kind of meat of the majors order. Man aboard, see if they can do some damage here early in this ball game.
Caden Cardoso will step into the batter's box. 6 home runs on the year for the big majors first baseman. Though the hitting streak was snapped this past weekend, his offensive totals are still remarkable. Batting .361 on the year through 23 games. Krasminski dancing a little at first. Here's the pitch. That one's there to Cardoso, 0-1. Cardoso 19 runs batted in to go along with his 6 long balls and 4 doubles. Has also scored 18 runs, so he's been the man to drive the runners home, and also he's been the guy to score a lot of the runs for the majors this year, the catalyst of this offense. Calls time there after the long hold by Hector Jan, and so we'll reset. Oh, 0-1 home. Cardoso chases in the dirt, and it's 0-2.
Jan a little bit less time looking over to first base that time around. It's one of the benefits of having a lefty on the hill if you're over at first base. Don't always have to be going to get in their head as much as you can. Krasminski over there, he's just waving his arms back and forth.
0-2 is skied in the air. Foul territory. Giving chase is Maseni. He's got plenty of room, and he makes the catch for the second out of the first inning.
So fly out, pop out after the leadoff base hit for the majors here. And they have not been able to move up that runner who got aboard to lead off in the bottom half of the first inning.
So Eduardo Deolio into the batter's box now. Deolio named an all-star reserve for the majors. Worth mentioning, Cardoso also an all-star for London. Here's the pitch. Krasminski's on the move. The offering is high. Throw from Del Rosario high as well, and Krasminski steals second.
That was a good pitch to throw on for Del Rosario. It was just way too high getting down there to second base. I think if it was lower, Dylan, they might have had time to get the tag on him. Good jump by Krasminski over at first, who now stands in scoring position.
1-0 count. Krasminski at second. Breaking ball to Deolio again, and it sailed on Jan twice. Count is 2-0.
Sailed twice. You don't likely want to go back to it a third time here, but you're also in a 2-0 hole. Eddie's got to be looking fastball here.
2-0 count. Here's the pitch. Deolio on the ground, hit pretty hard towards second base, but fielded there by Ohashi, and the throw to first is in plenty of time. So we remain scoreless after 1. You are watching the Guelph Royals and London Majors on Majors TV.
Get suited up with us for our big night. We went to Collins Clothiers. They had suits and tuxedos in various colors and styles. The staff helped us pick exactly what we wanted. They custom fit our suits for the perfect fit. They even matched us to our date's dress. It was so much fun trying on suits with the boys on the VIP night. They even got us pizza while we tried clothes on.
We're prom kids, of course, are going to be the best dressed.
We felt so confident and looked amazing.
Hello, my name is Jim Miller with Miller's The Award Store. Come along with me on a virtual tour to take a look at our amazing products and services that we're able to provide to you to help you with your recreation needs.
Back now on Majors TV as you get a look at some of the fans in the stands taking this one in on what's turned into a beautiful Friday night. No, we had quite a bit of rain earlier in the day, but luckily it was early enough that the field was able to dry out in time.
Well, Dylan, it's funny you mentioned that because I had no rain in the northwest end of the city today, maybe other than a few drops. But when I got to the ballpark here, there was puddles in the parking lots. Our manager, Matt Hiscock, said that it poured rain here for a good chunk of time. So obviously different parts of the city getting different weather today. And things have cleared up here nicely, though. Sun is out and the roof is open here at Labatt Memorial Park. It's a gorgeous day for baseball.
It's a beautiful night as Garrett Takamatsu will step into the batter's box against Braden Farrington. First pitch is in the dirt, skips in there and gets the backstop, 1-0. Takamatsu, Garton, and Hammond 4, 5, and 6. No easy task by any stretch for Farrington in this second. Takamatsu hitting .268 this season, 3 long balls. That one finds the corner, it's 1-1.
Farrington's just got to attack the hitters here, Dylan. It's a tough task, like I said. Third time in 2 innings now I've said that these are some really good hitters in this Guelph Royals lineup, but you're not going to get out of this game by pitching around guys, that's for sure.
1-1 count. Here's the pitch of Takamatsu. In the air, hit pretty well towards center field. Tracking back on it, Starling Joseph. Still going back on the run. Did he catch it? Still no signal from the umpire. He's got it by the looks of it, and he is down in a heap out in center field.
Yeah, no signal. That's because he hasn't got up off the ground. But I think this, Dylan, as far as we could see, there's no question he held on to that baseball. But he took a tumble into the base of that wall up by the Fanshawe sign in right center, and he's up under his own power, and there's the call.
An emphatic out call from Dean Oberle, the first base umpire, running all the way out to center field. What a catch by Starling Joseph.
There's a long way to go. We talk about a deep center field here at Labatt Park often, but when you have to range out into the alleys there's a lot of room to cover. And he was able to get there in time. Just as that kind of foot got to the warning track, he knew that he was running out of real estate. And he'll get checked out here just to make sure that everything is A-OK to continue on.
Solid contact off the bat of Garrett Takamatsu sent Joseph back a really long ways. I think he got the wind knocked out of him maybe as he landed there. He came up gasping for air a little bit. What a play by Starling.
Roop's out there now. He just wants to check on things. It's one thing, Dylan, to say you're all right to play, but we can even tell from up here, and thanks to our zoom there on the camera, we can get a good look at Starling Joseph. You can tell he's still a little shaken up to him.
Yeah, he is. Just trying to get his feet back under him, ready to go again for this next batter. What a terrific play by Starling Joseph out in center field. Starling does not play center field normally, usually in left or right, so that's a lot of distance that he doesn't normally have to cover, and a fantastic play as he's now back on his feet.
And everybody is going to make their way back. A long run from deep center field, but a fantastic catch by Starling Joseph for the first out of the top of the second inning.
Now they'll give Majors manager Roop Chanderdat a second to jog all the way back to the dugout as Josh Garton steps into the batter's box.
Wait, we weren't kidding, Dylan. That's a long run.
It's a really long run. It's a really, really long run.
It is a long run.
4:02 to home plate. You got lots of foul territory here at Labatt Park as well, so it might actually be even longer to the Majors dugout. I'd have to check that one out on Google Earth maybe.
Where Roop sits, it's got to be 475 for fun.
First pitch to Garton will miss in the dirt for ball 1.
Get the Google Maps out in between innings. Distance traveled. Times 2, right? You got to make it back. It's one thing to get out there. It's another thing to make it back.
1-0 home. In the dirt, it's 2-0. Garton, an all-star as well for the Guelph Royals, batting .328 with 7 home runs and 20 runs batted in. He's been a prolific bat in the Guelph Royals order. Sends this one in the air, not overly deep. Victor Plauz now into foul territory just behind the infield. Makes the catch, and there's 2 gone.
Farrington so far 7 except that first out of the inning here where that ball was ripped out to right center. He's been producing some soft contact. As the Royals get through this first time through the order into the second time, we'll see if that changes with some adjustments at the plate, but he's doing a good job so far. 2 outs here in the top of the second.
Ethan Hammond will now step up. 5 games this season, that's all Hammond's played, 3 for 14. That one misses for ball 1 on the breaking ball from Farrington. Farrington rocking the green glove tonight. He'll be going through several gloves when he pitches in the All-Star game. That's there for a strike. It's 1-1.
If you haven't planned to tune in already the All-Star game, highly suggest you do. A lot planned in Welland.
1-1's there for strike 2. You've got the home run derby at 3 o'clock, then the All-Star game at 6, and fireworks after that. I was looking at the rosters. No, I participated in a great video from Neil Sherwastowa unveiling the All-Star teams and diving deep on some of the numbers. There are some very talented players having fantastic seasons in the IBL this year. They'll all be well represented at the All-Star game. The 1-2 is fouled straight back, and we'll try again.
9-team league, when you have to come up with all-star rosters and 2 all-star rosters at that, it generally means that there's going to be a decent number of guys from each team that make it. But that doesn't mean that there's any slouches out there. There is a lot of talent going to be at the all-star game in Welland.
1-2 home will miss, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Majors have 8 All-Stars. I was counting them up. Guelph has the same. I think Welland's at 8 or 9 as well. Not to mention the coaching staffs. Roop Chanadat's been named All-Star co-manager with Brian Essery of the Welland Jackfish. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off by Hammond. Good battle brewing between Hammond and Farrington.
I must say I'm very excited to see the Inter-County Baseball League bring back the All-Star game. You know, naming All-Stars at the end of the season, it's nice. It's good to recognize guys, but just a mid-season All-Star game, it's nice to see.
That pitch is popped up. Foul territory. Long run for Plaus, and he gets over there to make a great catch and end the top of the second inning. Well, it was an adventurous top of the second, Noah, with Starling Joseph ranging a ways out in center field, but the Majors get through it unscathed.
Oh, they did a fantastic job there. They were able to get out of that inning. It looked like they were in trouble to start things there, but Starling Joseph bails them out.
Prior to today's game, our very own Justin Koehler had a chance to sit down with Majors skipper Roop Chanadat in today's Roop's Report.
So I'm here with co-owner and general manager Roop Chanadat. Roop, how's your day going so far?
Phenomenal. Labatt Park, sunny night. It's going to be a great day for a ball game.
Yeah, it really got beautiful over just the past kind of hour or so. So right off the bat, it was a kind of a tough weekend for the Majors. 3 losses coming out of it. There were definitely some silver linings to pull from it, but what were some consistencies that you saw across those 3 games this weekend?
It's one word, adjustment. We just didn't make any adjustments. You know, pitchers are pitching a certain way, and I thought our hitters in general, like I'm talking overall, didn't make the adjustment. So we've talked about that. You guys have to adjust. Good hitters can adjust in at bat. Other hitters can adjust in game. And if you don't adjust at all, you're not hitting, right? So right now we just got to make some adjustments, and once we do that, we'll be fine.
Great way to put it. And it's kind of a good mantra for an entire season as well of baseball. And just to end off on, congratulations. You just got named a co-manager for the upcoming All-Star Showdown. It should be a whole lot of fun. What's something that you're looking forward to in terms of actually managing a whole league of players in a way?
First and foremost, I mean, you get named manager, you win an award. It's not me. It's the team. It's the organization. Everyone, you guys, everyone deserves that. So when I'm representing the Majors when I go, I just happen to be wearing the hat that gets to go. But, looking forward to coaching All-Stars. You know, I get to coach some All-Stars here with the London Majors, and then I've done it before. I think the last All-Star game was in Barrie, and I think I was fortunate enough to be the manager of that game. So it's always exciting, you know, to kind of talk to the other guys and in, you know, non-competitive environment. And it's for the fans, you know. Put on a show for them, and hopefully they have a good time.
It should be a lot of fun. Everyone's looking forward to it, and incredibly well-deserved. Just you're an absolute gentleman on and off the field. So without any further ado, let's send it back up to Noah and Dylan in the Game Day London press box to continue with the rest of the game.
Back now on Majors TV, that was the Roop's Report with Justin and Roop. 0-2 count here on Byron Reichstein. Hector Jan warmed up quickly, and he's already thrown 2 pitches. The 0-2 cut on and miss. The ball is dropped by Del Rosario, so he'll make the throw to Garten at first, and there's one gone now in the bottom of the second.
Well, Reichstein there, not his best at bat and caught chasing on the third strike outside of the zone. And a quick out there for Hector Jan to begin the bottom of the second inning.
So Starling Joseph into the batter's box for the first time today after his spectacular catch out in center in the top half of this inning. Joseph this season named an All-Star as well, one of several as mentioned in the last inning for the majors. In the dirt for ball one to Starling.
Dylan, All-Star voting, of course, not over yet.
That's correct.
There's still some voting to be done for any fans that are looking to get involved.
Last chance vote, right? There's one guy from each team.
Last man in. One guy for the South, one guy for the North.
Byron Reichstein is the Majors representative in that vote. That one's in the dirt, hit off the plate and bounces straight back to the screen. 2-1.
It's tough. I was looking at some of the stats, and, obviously you want to vote guys in that are having some good years this year, but there's a lot of guys on some of these last chance votes, and Byron Reichstein's one of them, Dylan, who it would be nice to see them in an All-Star game just because they've had some success over the years when there hasn't been All-Star games,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Get a chance to go to Welland and be a part of the festivities. It would be nice to see.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to Starling Joseph as Hector Jan goes into the windup. Here's the pitch, fouled off. Joseph battles and will stay alive. This one is skied in the air, hit pretty well, deep left field, hooking towards the line, and that ball is out of here. Starling Joseph keeps it fair and puts it out to give the Majors a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning.
Oh, he put a jolt into that one, did he? Right down and tucks it around the pole and left. And an early 1-0 lead here for London.
You knew if that ball was going to stay fair, it would be gone. It was just a matter of whether it would hook around the pole, and it did just that. Starling Joseph, with home run number 4 on the season, puts the Majors ahead. And really good swing, really good sign for Starling. So with 1 away, the Majors now leading 1-0. Cleveland Brownlee will step into the batter's box. We touched on it earlier on in the broadcast, Noah. Cleveland trying to stay hot. 2 home runs on Sunday.
Yeah, he really was able to find his swing and get the monkey off the back, if you will, over the weekend. 2 long balls in Kitchener and finally finding his swing, it looks like.
Brownlee behind in the count, 0-1 here to Jan. 0-1 home. That one chopped foul by the big man, and it's no balls and 2 strikes.
We will get a chance, I believe, to hear from Mr. Brownlee later on in the ball game. Justin Koehler had a chance to talk to him pregame, which is always a fun interview.
Cleve's a fun guy, trying to stay alive here on 0-2, and he'll do just that, fouling it straight back at the backstop, through the backstop, and what a catch made by a fan down there, Noah. If this was banana ball out in Savannah, that's an out.
Now, I'm not well versed in the banana ball rules, but is that an out? Does hitting the netting count?
Does banana ball have rules?
They must. They must have something.
I would assume
There's
so.
something going on down there in Savannah, Georgia.
I don't think that's an out. I think you're right. It hit the facing of the backstop and bounced through the hole in the netting. That one lined straight back at the screen by Cleveland again, and so it's 1-2 once more.
Like, I wouldn't rule it out. I can't honestly say I know the exact ruling. I would think it would have to be on the fly type thing, you know?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Catch a ball off the roof doesn't necessarily count as an out.
1-2 home. Brownlee lines it back at the screen again.
What a battle brewing here by Cleve, eh?
6 pitch at bats so far. 4 of the 6 pitches have been fouled off. One's been taken for a ball, one's been taken for a strike. The 1-2 once more. Check swing, did he go? No, says the first base umpire, Dean Oberle, and it is 2-2.
Good hold up in the zone. They finally kind of changed the eye level for Cleve on that last pitch. Went up in the zone, brought it a little bit with the fastball, and he's able to hold the hands back. 2-2.
The 2-2 home. That one's in the dirt. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Brownlee putting together a really, really good at-bat right now. Brownlee trying to win this battle against Jan, and he will. Ball 4. What a job by Cleveland Brownlee.
Doesn't get much better than that. As you mentioned, took one and then was able to watch 4 after fouling off, I think 4 or 5 pitches there. A fantastic at-bat, gets aboard here and keeps the line moving for the majors.
So Victor Plaz now into the batter's box, doubled in the nightcap of the home opener, or pardon me, the doubleheader, I should say, on Sunday. Brownlee, not a very big lead over at first. Here's the offering. Plaz on the ground, going to be a tough play. Charging is Mosseni. It's played by Jan on the run. Throw to first is in the dirt, and Garten keeps it in front of him.
No matter who picked up that ball, Dylan, there was not going to be a play to first base, at least not in my opinion, judging on how quick Plaz got out of the box and where that ball was hit. To be honest with you, I thought that Jan might have been better off to leave that and see if it had enough to get towards the line and go foul, because I think it would have been close. It had enough there, it looked like, from here that it might have had a chance to get to the line.
If it doesn't go foul, I think Mosseni's got a much easier play on that baseball coming in versus Jan going away from the bag and towards the line. Regardless, the majors will take it. Mosher in the batter's box, swings and fouls this one off, 0-1. Runner in scoring position in the form of Cleveland Brownlee. In all likelihood, it would take a ball to the gap to score him.
Ball in the gap or maybe right down the line. He's got to avoid hitting it right at an outfielder if he does get it out there.
Lefty kicks and deals, squaring around Mosher for a sac bunt. That one misses high. Del Rosario fakes the throw to first and looks at Cleveland Brownlee.
Not the worst idea there, Dylan. You would move 2 guys up into scoring position and turn it over for the top of the order. It would, if you didn't get the first, it would be the second out, but a good idea.
Not squaring here, takes off the plate outside, 2 balls and 1 strike, and that's the risk, right? It is the second out. If there was nobody out, I think Mosher's squaring around on every pitch of this at-bat, but the hesitation comes from the fact there's already 1 away, so you'd be conceding a big second out with 2 on. 2-1, squaring around Mosher, gets it down, but gets it down foul. Majors have not been able to lay down the sacrifice bunt today, and the count is now 2-2.
Yeah, and I think even, the 9-hitter this early in the ballgame, I'd like to see you swing the bat, right? See if you can do some damage here. Lefty-lefty matchup, sure, but you know what? Try to see if you can put bat on ball. Bring in a run.
2-2, 1 out. Jan peeks back at Brownlee and delivers. That one's off the plate outside. Count now runs full on Ty Mosher at 3-2. Three-two, 1 away. Mosher trying to win the at-bat against Jan. Here's the pitch. Line drive, right back up the middle, a base hit. Getting the wave around third is Brownlee. He's charging hard. He will come in to score. The throw comes into third, and Plaz is in there standing. It's 2-0 Majors on the RBI single for Ty Mosher.
That's what I'm talking about, right? You're looking at trying to move guys over. Let's see if we can put one in play here. Rips it right back up the middle. Base hit is able to just stop in enough time out there in that grass, get Cleve home, and it's a 2-0 lead.
So 2-0 London after the Joseph long ball and then the Ty Mosher RBI single. Gibson Krasminski will step into the batter's box here. Krasminski 1 for 1 of the day, had a line drive single back in the first. You'd expect the Majors will have something going on here with first and third and 1 out. Would not be shocked at all to see Mosher get put in motion. Mosher in motion. Anything for that, Noah? Nothing?
Just a head shake, that's all.
Line drive off the bat of Krasminski. That's a fair ball down the line. Trotting into score with ease is Plaus. Charging for third is Mosher. Here's the throw to the bag. It bounces on Moseni, and getting into second is Krasminski. The Majors lead 3-0 and have 2 in scoring position.
Well, the hits keep coming for London here now. 5 already through the first inning and a third of this baseball game. And that is going to garner a mound visit from Dino Ramel early here in the ball game with Hector Jan struggling against the bottom and now top of the Majors order.
What a job done by the bottom of the order, and that all starts with Cleveland Brownlee, Noah, putting together a really, really good at-bat. I believe it was 7 or 8 pitches, a lot of foul balls for Cleveland. And he wins the battle, works himself a walk, gets on base, gets into scoring position when he gets bumped up by Plaus, and the Majors are really in business now.
Well, we don't have any action down in the Guelph Royals bullpen, Dylan. This mound visit this early in the game tells me that Dino's out there to, A, calm down his starting pitcher and try to tell him that, you know what, I need some innings out of you here more than anything. We can't afford for you to be pulled in this game in the second inning. Now, obviously, if this inning gets any worse, they're going to have to be left with no choice but to go down to the bullpen. But tough spot here. They have first base open.
You got Cardoso on deck.
That's the thing, right? You don't want to put him on, load the bases for the 3-hitter, but they're going to bring the infield in here. They want to try and cut down this run if they can.
Already down 3 in the second inning. Tristan Osika into the batter's box. For those scoring at home, that has been scored a double for Gibson Krasminski. That one's off the plate outside. Jan not happy he didn't get the call. It's 1-0.
He's wondering where that is. It was off the plate. Just kind of came over the line of the left-hand batter's box.
Kicking the come home. In the dirt, 2-0 to Osika. If you're Osika, you're super patient right now. You know you can turn the bat over to Caden Cardoso, who's waiting on deck. Potentially with the bases loaded if you could get on.
He's been around the zone here, but that doesn't mean with 2 straight wide ones that you're not waiting for a strike here.
The 2-0 home. Osika on the ground to shortstop. LaRue looks back the runner at third. Throw to first is in time, so the Royals play the infield in and are able to keep the run off the scoreboard and get the second out.
Just as they drew it up, that's why you bring the infield in. He was able to cut that off and keep the runners where they are, get the out. Now 2 outs, everybody can back up on the infield, and they're just going to play for an out.
So 2 runners in scoring position with 2 away for Caden Cardoso. Cardoso 0 for 1 on the day, popped out in foul territory in his last at-bat to Keon Moseni over at third. Here's the pitch. Cardoso checks his swing. Did he go around? No, says James Deacon. Del Rosario can't believe it behind the plate.
One of the issues with a 3-man umpire system is in that situation, it's a tough call to make from out beyond the mound.
It's so hit and miss for Deacon in that position. You couldn't have blamed him either way.
You have a much better view when you're down the line, but just the way the 3-man rotation works. And now Jan is once again questioning where that missed. This time it was up.
2-0 count here on Cardoso. Big lead for Krasminski at second. Nobody holding him on with the runner over at third in time. Mosher, and time called at the plate, I believe, by Cardoso. You wonder how much the constant music is factoring in for Jan out there on the mound, if it's a bit of a distraction from Rock the Park out in left field. 2-0. That's there for a strike, 2-1.
More than anything, Dylan, here, and if there's people watching at home that haven't been in London for Rock the Park, it's the base. You can feel it over here at Labatt Memorial Park, and you can feel it for blocks away.
2-1 home. That one misses. It's 3 balls and 1 strike.
You do have the base open here if you want to avoid throwing a 3-1 pitch anywhere close for Caden Cardoso. Problem is you got DeOlio on deck.
That's where I was going
There's
too.
not a break.
Jan takes a breath and delivers. Cardoso lines this one hard to right field. Charging his leader, it'll bounce up in front of him. One run comes in to score. Krasminski gets the stop sign at third. So it's an RBI single for Caden Cardoso, and it's 4-0 London.
Yeah, that ball was ripped out into right field, and a great job coming in there trying to track that one down. But Andy Leader, he charged that ball right away. He just couldn't get there in time. It was hit too hard and in front of him.
So Eduardo Deolio into the batter's box for London. 0 for 1 on the day, still has Krasminski over at third. Krasminski may have been able to score with the bobble for Leader out in right field, but the stop sign was being thrown up in anticipation. He came up with it cleanly. Lefty Jan kicks and deals. That one high to Deolio for ball one.
And on that note, as soon as you stop that forward momentum, you can't pick it back up, and he would have been dead in the water anyways. So they play it safe. He's still aboard at third. And Deolio, who was a hero a week ago here at Labatt Park, will try to drive in an early run.
1-0, big swing from Deolio, comes up empty, and it's 1-1. One ball, one strike, two away. Cardoso standing over at first, Krasminski at third. Here's the pitch. On the ground, back up the middle. Ohashi to his right. He'll flip to Brando LaRue and go the short way to retire the side here in the second, but not before. The Majors strike for 4 in the frame thanks to Joseph and a plethora of other bats. It's 4-0 London after 2.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of Majors TV.
Welcome to Labatt Park in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
Back now at Labatt Memorial Park here in the top of the third inning. Now in the top of the second, Noah, Starling Joseph went a long ways to make a catch on a fly ball and made a spectacular play, then hit a home run in the bottom of the second inning, but he's out of this ball game.
Yeah, we knew he was kind of hurting a little bit, Dylan, after that catch in right center field. Came in and hit a home run. So it couldn't have been that bad. But now he's back out of the ball game. So either this is precautionary or he was starting to feel things a little bit after that jog around the bases. Either way, he's out of the ball game. Majors have a 4-0 lead after 2, after a big 4-run bottom of the second inning.
So Champ Garner will take over out in center and bat 6th for the Majors in place of Starling Joseph. There is no other change defensively. Braden Farrington back out to the hill for his third inning of work. He's been spectacular. 22 pitches and no runs allowed through 2 innings.
A lot of soft contact so far against Farrington on the hill. We'll see if that continues here as the Royals work their way through their order.
Keon Maseni will step into the batter's box. 7, 8, and 9 for Guelph. Maseni, Del Rosario, and Ohashi. First pitch, that's there for a strike, 0-1.
Good start to work ahead. Farrington now got himself a little bit of a lead on the hill. We'll see if that changes the way he works.
0-1 breaking ball, 0-2. Farrington, we're not sure what the pitch count is, but he's thrown a lot so far. 0-2 in the air, center field. First test for Champ Garner because that's baseball, and Garner makes the catch for one away.
You new into the game? Baseball will find you. It's like the golden rule. That or if you boot a ball, next one's coming to you. That's just the way it works.
One gone now, and Joseph Del Rosario into the batter's box for the Guelph Royals. Del Rosario hitting .214 across 13 games this season. Breaking ball from Farrington in the dirt for ball one. Farrington's been efficient up to this point, trying to stay that way. You may have seen it in the BPA Fitness pregame show. Farrington has yet to walk a batter this season, as we saw in our Throw London pitching matchup. Cut on and missed, 1-1.
Well, that's kind of always been Farrington's game. As long as we've been calling this team and as long as he's been in the majors, as far as we know, it's been, I'm going to throw it to you. I'm going to give you what I got in the zone and hit it if you can.
On the ground towards shortstop, Ty Mosher makes the play. Throw to first is in time, and there's two gone now in the top of the third inning.
All right, soft little roll over there and a great defensive play, and there's two quick outs here in the top of the third inning.
I think Mosher wondered for a moment if he actually had that baseball. He kind of hesitated after he came up with it. He thought for a second he missed it, but made the play and recorded the out. Yosuke Ohashi into the batter's box for the Guelph Royals. First pitch breaking ball to Ohashi, and that one will miss for ball one. 294 on the year for the Guelph Royals second baseman. Hitting for a high average. That one's there for a strike. It's 1-1. Rarely hits with runners on, though. 4 runs batted in for the whole year for Yosuke Ohashi.
With an average like it is, you'd like to see that number elevated a little bit more, but batting at the bottom of the order here.
That one skied in the air. Shallow center field. Garner initially broke back. Now comes in. He will make the catch, and that will do it for the top of the third inning. Another efficient one for Braden Farrington. 9 pitches, all it takes to set down the Royals.
Well, he was quick, and he did so, getting the job done for the majors here through 3 clean innings now.
Farrington now through 3 stellar frames for London. And I believe we're going to try to go to Justin Koehler now. Justin, what do you got for us?
Well, gentlemen, it might have been tech problems to get the game going, or might have just been a host who forgot to turn his microphone on. In any case, though, it's no secret the Majors are coming off a pretty tough weekend. 3 losses in 2 games on Saturday and Sunday. But not to dwell on the losses themselves for too long, there was a bit of a silver lining coming out of those games as well, predominantly in Tristan Osika and Cleveland Brownlee as well. For Osika, he's been on a tear. He was our player of the game in last week's match back on Friday after hitting a 2-run bomb and having multiple defensive plays in the contest as well. And he kept that rolling into the weekend as well, batting .500, going 4 for 8 across the games over the weekend. And he was one of the best contact hitters for the team over those couple games. In terms of power, Cleveland Brownlee really came to play. He ended up going .500 as well, batting 1 for 2 in each of his contests, and each hit that he had was a bomb. His first and second home run of the season, so he was very happy to get those out of the way. So it was a bit of a tough weekend for the team, but some great performances from those two, doing everything they can to try and get wins on the board. And so let's send it back over to Noah and Dylan in the Game Day London press box. And gentlemen, they're hoping to keep that rolling into today's game.
Justin, thank you. It's been a good offensive performance so far. Thanks in part to Cleveland Brownlee, who worked a great walk back in that second inning. And we appreciate the honesty, Justin. Yeah. You didn't turn on your mic. It's I don't know if I would have owned up to that, but we appreciate you doing it.
It makes us feel better up here, eh? We were wondering what was going on.
Yeah.
What did we do wrong? Justin, he's going to throw himself under the bus for us. So I appreciate that. I got to say, Justin, love the gray shirts tonight.
Yeah.
Whole Majors TV crew up here is wearing the gray shirts thanks to our friends over at Collins.
Collins Clothers providing these fantastic shirts for us this season. I believe some shorts as well for the crew.
You had your choice. I stayed away from the shorts, went with a couple of shirts myself.
First pitch will miss to Byron Reichstein for ball 1. Reichstein 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out swinging in his last at-bat. That's there for a strike. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
It was Byron who got the bottom of the second inning underway, if I'm not mistaken. Dylan struck out.
On the ground towards second base, Yosuke Ohashi goes to Josh Garten. And there's one gone now in the bottom of the third as Jan makes quick work of Reichstein.
Well, able to get the first out there. We'll see how Hector Jan comes out here and battles in this bottom of the third inning. There is now some movement down in the Guelph bullpen. Nobody throwing yet. But they don't want to see a repeat of what they saw in the bottom of the second where 4 London Majors runs came across the board. This 4-0 hole is going to be a big enough hill to climb.
First pitch to Champ Garner will miss for ball 1. Garner getting his first at-bat of the ball game. Came on as a defensive replacement for Starling Joseph in the top half. Garner this season batting an even .250. 1-0, chopped on the ground towards shortstop. LaRue steps back, fires a strike over to first, and records the second out of the bottom of the third.
Fantastic job working quick there for Hector Young. Got the grounder. LaRue stayed back on that one, but he's got a strong arm and he can afford to do so. For out number 2, 2 quick ones here to begin the bottom of 3.
So 2 away for Cleveland Brownlee. We've been very complimentary of over the last couple of innings because of his fantastic at-bat the last time against Hector Jan. Fell behind quickly, battled back, worked himself a walk, and ignited the Majors rally after that Joseph bomb. Into the windup goes the left-hander, swing and a miss, strike 1. That music is getting really loud out at Harris Park.
It's only going to get louder. It is only going to get louder.
Jan working quickly. Brownlee takes a strike. He can't believe that was called a strike. After Jan kind of quick pitched him, and he's been doing that all game long. Does it again here. The 0-2 off the plate outside. I think Brownlee was more shocked that location was called a strike. Seemed like it may have been done to make a point rather than an actual strike call. One-two count. Here's the pitch. Brownlee swings through it for strike 3. So Hector Jan, a very quick third inning. He and the Guelph Royals still trail 4-0 on Majors TV.
Same web, yeah.
So that color?
Black.
Binding, black.
Yep.
Belting, black.
Yep, black. Yeah.
Laces we did on
Black. Yeah. Can I go same color for name? Can I make these black though?
The most low maintenance man in baseball right here.
Very high maintenance. Very high maintenance.
Got the mesh back. Pro preferred. The platinum is very special to me. It was a great year, and there's only a few of these out there. So. Well, I was sleeping with this baby when I was younger, so got to put some good juju in these.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night, night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 2190 Dundas Street East and online at ithrow.ca. That's ITHROW.ca.
Back here on Majors TV as some young fans finish running the bases. I know we've had a problem over the last couple of games. Sometimes they don't touch home. Will we get a runner who touches home? Can we call him safe?
One more. A couple more steps. Hey!
Safe! So the kids run the bases, a great tradition here at Labatt Park, and a great London tradition is Rock the Park, and that is going on yet again here this weekend at Harris Park, just on the other side of the Thames River at the Forks of the Thames here at Labatt Park. And Noah, you actually dug up perhaps the most important stat of the ball game today.
I did my dirty digging of the day and found out the stat of the day, Dylan. The London Majors since 2010, that's as far as the point streak stats will let me go back. So that's as far as I can access without having to get contact to the historians and all that fun stuff. London Majors on days where there is a Rock the Park concert are 8-6 here at Labatt Park, so a little bit better than 500. The last time the Guelph Royals were in town, it was 2018. London with an 11-2 win.
Good stuff. What was the last time before that the Guelph Royals were in town, though?
2015, 21-10. The Royals win 31 runs coming across.
Wow.
And I hope for our sake we don't see anything close to that here today. 4-0 through 3 for the Majors lead. By the way, it was Machine Gun Kelly who was one of the performing artists the last time that the Royals were in town back in 2018.
Who's the headliner today?
Tyler Childers was last night. It was Nickelback on Wednesday night here in London.
Look at this photograph.
And then Nas is tonight at 9:45. Neo is probably already on stage. He was scheduled to come on at 8:15. I know there's some problems over at Rock the Park with Sean Kingston not being able to get here to London today. They had to shuffle some things around. But by the sounds of it, they are rocking out over there, so they must have things figured out.
First pitch is a called strike there to Brando LaRue.
On our great zoom there, just beyond those trees is where the concert is at Harris Park across the river.
0-1, squaring around a bunt was LaRue. He pulled back for ball one. Now, you said that the party's just going to continue to rage on as the night goes on, maybe even get even more fun. If Nas is headlining tonight, it's going to be a party over at Harris Park.
It is. Lil Jon was supposed to be on the stage as well tonight. Sean Desmond earlier on. I think tomorrow, Brian Adams.
Wow.
Is on stage. Scheduled to be on stage.
We get 2 Rock the Park games to add to our stat this weekend.
Do.
Off the plate outside. 3-1 to Brando LaRue now.
So it is interesting to see, I was looking back through that stats, because sometimes there is Rock the Park like there is this year from Wednesday through Sunday.
3-1, LaRue pops it up on the infield. Osika and Cardoso converge. It's Tristan Osika making the catch, and there's one away in the top of the 4th.
Another little bit of soft contact there. Farrington getting the Royals to pop out here. And a quick out to begin the top of the 4th.
So 1 gone, and J.D. Williams will step into the batter's box. Williams 0 for 1 today, struck out swinging in his first trip. I believe that's the only strikeout. It is the only strikeout that Braden Farrington has up to this point in the ball game. First pitch to Williams is there for a strike, 0-1.
Just keeps on getting ahead of guys, and this was what I talked about off the top of our broadcast for Farrington. Success if you're going to be aggressive against hitters.
That one misses, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Farrington so far in the ball game, 38 pitches, 24 of them strikes. That's a very good 63%. That one misses, and it's 2-1. In terms of first pitch strikes, Noah, 60% of batters have seen first pitch strikes. Two-1. Williams sends this one pretty hard to right center field. Tracking after it, Byron Reichstein, and he will run this one down for the second out of the top of the 4th.
Reichstein was in stride there when he made that catch off to his right in the gap. And he was just able to get there in time. Otherwise, that one could have been down into the gap for extra bases. 2 outs, though, here for Farrington here in the top of the 4th.
So 2 away very quickly, and Andy Leader will step into the batter's box. Leader 0 for 1 this evening. Popped out to Cardoso to end the first near the Guelph Royals dugout. Breaking ball to Leader. It falls in there for a strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Leader pops this one up on the infield. Charging his claws. Deolio turns around. He's got it in the right-handed batter's box, and that will end the inning. Braden Farrington continues to roll along. 4-0 London through 3.5.
What another clean inning there for Farrington on the hill. He just keeps on working well, and he's inducing contact, but it's not very hard contact. He's done a fantastic job and continues to work well for the Majors here in this start.
Farrington's been throwing strikes. He's gotten the leadoff batter in 4 straight innings. And we talked about Cleveland Brownlee and his walk that he drew earlier in the ball game. Seems to be seeing the ball a little bit better as of late. And to talk to Cleve just a little bit, Justin Koehler sat down with the big man prior to first pitch.
So I'm here with one of the fan favorites, Cleveland Brownlee. Cleveland, how's your day going so far?
You know what? It's a beautiful day in Labatt Park today. You know, a beautiful day in the city. So we want to get everybody out here to watch this game tonight.
Love to hear it. It's the exact answer I want. And so right off the bat, it was a bit of a tough weekend for the majors, a few losses, but you really shined across the board, hitting your first 2 home runs of the season. Just tell me what that was like for you.
You know what? It was like breaking that ice or getting that monkey off your shoulder there. You know, I know it's still in me. You know, I'll be 40 in a couple of weeks, but hey, who says I still can't hit the long ball? So, you know, like I say, it was just timing, guys. You know what? I missed a lot of games, but it's just timing, getting back in that rhythm, getting back in your groove, and you know what? I'm ready to play.
Yeah, 100%. You had a couple RBIs. I'm pretty sure you batted like 500 over the weekend, too, so great across the board for contact, too. Next question for you. You're one of the fan favorites, but not many people know that you're also one of the assistant coaches on the team as well. Can you just kind of describe what it's like being not only a coach, but a player at the same time?
Yeah, you know what? As one of the veteran players on the league, on the team, and you know, one of the older players in the league, it's almost like we're mentoring. So I don't look at it as a coaching aspect. I look at it as a mentor and to try to guide those guys in the best direction possible, help them out on the field. You know what? Baseball is like a roller coaster. You got to ride that wave. When you're on that wave, everything is good, but that wave does eventually come down.
Unfortunately, we cannot finish that interview with Cleveland Brownlee and Justin Koehler as we are back and ready for action between the majors and the Guelph Royals here at the bottom of the 4th inning. Victor Plaz set to lead things off, going 8-9-1 in this frame are the majors. Lefty Jan into the windup. Plaz will square around a bunt and pulls back, ball 1.
Good interview there by Justin with Cleve, talking about seeing the ball better over the last few games here. It's a cold start to the season for Cleve, and by his standards, right, he hasn't been seeing the ball nearly as well. Good to get the monkey off the back, as he said, with the home runs there.
2 0s there for a strike. It's 2-1 now to Victor Plaz. Plaz 1 for 1 on the day. Had that infield single to Hector Jan in his last trip. It was the ground ball that may have gone foul. Maybe he should have left it for Mossani. Jan played it and really had no play. 3-1 home in the dirt to Plaz, so he takes ball 4 and works a leadoff walk in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Well, leadoff walk here will get the majors aboard and begin the bottom of the 4th inning. See if they can tack on some more runs here. We'll wait and see if the Royals get anybody going in the bullpen here. 4 runs on 6 hits for the majors heading into this bottom of the 4th inning.
I believe all 6 of those hits, perhaps 5 of 6 rather, coming in the 2nd inning. Quick throw over by Jan. Back with a dive is Victor Plaz. Here's the pitch to Ty Mosher. Gets a bunt down. It's a pretty good one. Charging hard is Josh Garton. Throw to first. It's off the mark. It's going to get by the second baseman, Ohashi, into right field. Charging for third is Victor Plaz, and he will get the stop sign there. So a sacrifice bunt turns into 2 runners in scoring position after the overthrow.
That bunt was in a pretty good spot over towards first base. And you know what? I thought they played it pretty well, Dylan. It was just the throw that was offline over top of the second baseman's head covering, and a big error will put runners at 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out.
So an error charge to Josh Garton on that throw. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. Infield will come in. Tristan Osika into the batter's box. Gibson Krasminski, excuse me. I promise I'll get on the right track here. That one misses for ball 1 to Krasminski.
Top of the order here for London, in a good spot to do some more damage.
Jan sets. Still nobody out in the inning. Krasminski scorches this one through the hole. It's a base hit. Plaz will score. Getting the wave is Ty Mosher. Coming up, throwing Ethan Hammond. Throw to the plate is going to be cut off, and that allows Mosher to score. It's 6-0 London.
Well, fantastic job there, jumping on an early pitch and ripping it into the gap in left, in front of the left fielder, and 2 runs come in to score a 6-0 lead now for London.
So Majors up by 6. Now Tristan Osika will dig into the batter's box after the RBI single for Gibson Krasminski. Osika 0 for 2 on the day, squares around a bunt here and bunts it foul. Majors and Royals have played twice this season. Royals won the first one. It was a pitcher's duel, 1-0 Guelph victory. Second time was here at Labatt Park, and the Majors won 8-0. Right now they're up 6-0 here in the fourth. Squaring around again is Osika. That one inside on the hands, and it's 1-1.
Jan all around the plate now. I think he's lost the zone a little bit here into this 4th inning of work.
Taking a breath is Jan. Squaring around again, Osika gets this one down. Charging after it, the pitcher Jan. He'll spin and fire to first. It is in time. So the sacrifice bunt works to perfection for Tristan Osika and the Majors, moving Gibson Krasminski up to second.
Got it down, but fielded very, very well off the hill by Jan. It's a sacrifice. It moves the runner up to second. That is the first out of the inning.
So Caden Cardoso into the batter's box now for the Majors with the runner in scoring position and 1 away. Cardoso 1 for 2 on the day, scorched an RBI single in his last trip. Has a chance to do that again here. Off the plate outside, 1-0. Lefty kicks and deals. That's there for a strike. It is 1-1.
And it looks like Nelson Mercado is throwing down in the Guelph bullpen now, the right-hander. And throwing with some intensity, Dylan. I don't think that Jan's got many batters left.
1-1 is there for a strike. It's 1-2. We saw Mercado in the last game that these two teams played here at Labatt Park. Allowed a couple of runs across his outing.
It's a big 1-2 pitch coming here.
The 1-2 home. Upstairs, did not go, says the third base umpire, James Deacon. Count now at 2-2. Jan sets, peeks back at second. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Just inside to Cardoso. Jan can't believe it. Takes a walk off the mound, and the count runs full.
He's taking a long walk behind the mound right now, shaking his head. Dylan, it broke in, but I don't think it had enough movement to catch the inside edge.
Jan nodding. Rom Stevenson behind the plate shaking his head. I'm with you, no. I don't think it broke back far enough. 3-2 home. Called strike 3. Now Cardoso the one who's frustrated as that one finds the outside corner, and he's the second out.
That's a big strikeout there for the second out. Try and get out of this inning with just the 2 runs across would be big for this Royals squad. Keep the damage where it is.
Eduardo De Olio into the batter's box, trying to make the Majors lead 7. The lefty Jan kicks and deals. De Olio skies this one. Shallow center field. Going out there, Brando LaRue crashing his ham in the left fielder, and LaRue will make the catch in straightaway center to retire the side here in the bottom of the 4th. We are through 4 complete from Labatt Park. Majors lead 6-0.
Hello, my name is Jim Nuther with Nuther's The Award Store. Come along with me on a virtual tour to take a look at our amazing products and services that we're able to provide to you to help you with your recreation needs.
Back here on Majors TV for the 5th inning between the Guelph Royals and the London Majors. 6-0 London. Noah Braden Farrington has been cruising on the mound, and the offense has been backing him up.
Well, listen, he started this ball game really well and got through the first 2 innings without really allowing any trouble on the base paths, and then the Majors got 4 runs in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And since then, it's been even more in cruise control here for Braden Farrington. 4-0 up on the board. He's back out here for a 5th inning of work, and signs of slowing down right now. We'll see if the Royals can get something going here, down 6.
Garrett Takamatsu will lead off the inning. We've got a spider crawling around here in the press box, and that is nothing scary for Noah Smith.
You just got to flick it away, man. You'll learn one day.
I'm not bad with spiders. Our good friend Jackson Farrow, who used to be up here in the broadcast booth with us, did some producing, did some broadcasting as well. That went off the plate outside from Farrington. He was terrified of spiders. It was pretty hilarious to tease him because we get our fair share here at Labatt Park.
There is some spiders up. You're not going to get away from them.
No, not here. 1-0 is skied in the air, foul territory by Takamatsu. Cardoso gives it a look, but it's a couple of rows deep, and so the count now 1-1. One ball, one strike the count to the Guelph Royals designated hitter. On the day, Takamatsu 0 for 1, lined out to center. That was the great play by Joseph prior to him being removed from the ball game. Chases that pitch, and it's 1-2.
Great job there, Farrington. Just comes right at and attacks the hitter. And now he's up 1-2. We'll see what they do against Takamatsu.
The 1-2 home. Breaking ball. Takamatsu scorches it down the left field line, and the Royals are into the hit column as it'll be chased after by Gibson Krasminski. Takamatsu pulls into second with a leadoff double.
Well, that ball was ripped down the left field line, and you don't have to worry about saying anything to curse it. Now the Royals into the hit column with their first of the evening here in the top of the 5th inning to lead things off with a double. And that's what I talked about, where you can be aggressive on the mound, you can be aggressive against these hitters. But that was a 1-2 curveball that got way too much of the plate, and Takamatsu's too good of a hitter to not make you pay for that.
That is also the first base runner, not only the first hit for the Guelph Royals. Josh Garton to the batter's box. Not the man you want to see at the plate with the runner in scoring position. Garton takes the first pitch low. It's 1-0.
Well, a chance here for the Royals, who stare up at a 0 and 6 runs to make up here. A leadoff double is a good way to get things started here. If they can start finding some hits to bring it in.
1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good off speed there from Farrington. Gets the chase.
Was out in front of that pitch. Couldn't hold up enough and keep the swing back. Count 1-1.
Garton last time popped out to Victor Plaz in foul territory. 1-1 count. Here's the offering. That's there for a strike. It's 1-2. Looking for a big first out here is Farrington, with Takamatsu standing over in scoring position, as you see on our Game Day London mobile camera. The 1-2 home. Off the plate outside, 2-2. Garton very popular in the Guelph region, almost like the mayor of Guelph. Not actually the mayor of Guelph. Cam Guthrie is the real mayor.
The real mayor.
But Garton's been around for a while and is certainly a fan favorite among the Guelph faithful. 2-2. Garton gives this one a pretty good ride out to right field. If it's fair, it's gone. It's hooking towards the foul pole, and it is a foul ball.
Well, if there was one guy who knew it, it was Garton. He kind of just took a little stroll back to the right side of the plate. He knew he was just out in front of that one, but it was ripped. I think that one's out towards Riverside.
Heads up if you're traveling down to Rock the Park. 2-2, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Garton pops this one up. Going to be a long run for Plaus. He's the only one with a shot heading towards the bullpen, and that is foul. Krasminski's really shaded towards center. There was no chance he was going to run that one down.
Yeah, he was shaded towards center, and that was a long run for anybody to get to that baseball. I think Plaus might have been the closest, and he probably had a good 100 or so feet to go, if not more.
Good effort there from the Majors' third baseman. Still battling are Farrington and Garton. Osika, the Majors' second baseman, is well into right field in terms of positioning against Garton. 2-2 home. Breaking ball. Garton line drive center field. Charging is Garner. He's not going to make the catch. It's a base hit for Josh Garton that'll put runners on the corners with nobody away.
There's a little bit of a hesitation in center field for Champ Garner. I think he might have, Dylan, had a chance to come in on that ball and make a catch, but there was a tiny bit of hesitation that stopped that. Good thing is that because that ball hung up enough, Takamatsu couldn't score from second.
Perhaps in a two-out situation maybe where you're just trying to get out of the inning, Garner lays out for it, elects to play it safe there.
Those ones right on you in center field, there's no line of defense behind you. Right? It's either you're getting back up to go chase down that ball if you miss it on a dive, or it's a long run for your left or right fielder to come over and help you.
Ethan Hammond in the batter's box. Runners on the corners, nobody out as Alex Springer loosens in the Majors bullpen. That's there for a strike, 1-1. We've talked at length about how we don't know what the pitch limit is for Braden Farrington. He's sitting at 55 through 4 innings plus 2 batters. Looks in for the sign, kicks and deals. That's there for a strike. It's 1-2.
It already is his longest appearance of the season.
By far, yes.
By far, and in terms of pitches he's thrown in the game, it's eclipsed that by about 10 or 15 now. So uncharted territories, at least on the season for Farrington. Here's a big 1-2.
On the move is Garton from first. Here's the throw from DeOlio. The tag applied. It is in time to get him. Garton gets caught stealing, and there's one away.
It was a big throw by DeOlio. Garton got a fantastic jump at first base, and it was a bang-bang play. And Garton, on his way back to the dugout, I think he thought that he was in there.
Close play over at second. That leaves Takamatsu as the lone runner now. He did not break on the throwdown. Hammond fouls this one off, and we'll try again on 2-2 as the Majors bring the infield in.
Well, now they're in a spot here, 2-2. Farrington's going to look for a put-away pitch and try and put him in an area here where they might be able to get out of this inning.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Farrington with 1 strikeout on the day. 2-2 home. In the air, left field. Krasminski was shaded shallow, now goes back, makes the catch. Tagging from third is Takamatsu. He will score with ease, so the Royals get onto the scoreboard, but the Majors pick up the second out.
Well, a great job there for Farrington to work out of what looked like it was going to be a big jam here in the top of the 5th inning, and not out of it by any means here. 2 outs now, but that run has come in to score after the leadoff double. That ball was hit just too far out there to be able to range it in and have a chance at home plate. They were playing in, Dylan. They wanted to try and cut down a potential run at the plate. In doing so, though, it put them on a run to make that catch behind them.
First pitch is cut on and missed there by Keon Maseni. And like you mentioned, Noah, that Majors outfield wanted to make a throw on a potential shallow fly ball, but Hammond put it a little deeper than they were anticipating, and no real shot. 0-1 home. Swing and a miss, 0-2. We're told by Matt Hiscox, our good friend, photographer for the Majors and media man, that Garten foul ball hit the top of the wood fence just before Riverside Drive out in right field. It was hit a long ways. 0-2 home. Fouled off by Massani. He'll stay alive.
And it was, as we mentioned, not fouled by much.
Nearly hooked around the pole, but ended up a foul ball. 0-2 count, 2 away. Farrington trying to wrap up his 5th inning of work and put himself in line for the win. Called strike 3. Farrington freezes Masseni, and he's through 5 innings, only allowing 1 run.
Great work there for Farrington. The bullpen is warming. I don't know if we'll get to see him back out on the hill today. Either way, what a fantastic start out there. 5 innings of 1-run baseball.
Absolutely. Braden Farrington, not normally a guy who pitches out of this Majors rotation, but gets the call here today and has been stellar up to this point for London. Really, you can't ask for anything more than what you've gotten from Farrington up to this point. Did not allow a base runner until that 5th inning, and only the 1 run on the scoreboard.
Well, his offense has been clicking so far. They've got them a 5-run lead heading into the bottom of the 5th inning as we continue on here at Labatt Memorial Park. Thank you for joining with us tonight here on Majors TV. A shot inside the Majors dugout there, thanks to our Game Day London mobile camera. Braden Farrington, all smiles, Dylan.
He's got every right to be. He's pitched really, really well tonight.
I'd be smiling too. What a start there for Farrington so far. A couple of strikeouts, I think it was, but holding the Royals to 1 run.
Doing a great job of inducing weak contact tonight, and you've talked about it throughout the broadcast. Everything, aside from a couple of hard-hit baseballs, has been weakly hit.
Yeah, a lot of pop-ups on the infield, a lot of rollover ground balls. It's exactly what you want to see from really any pitcher, not just a starting pitcher. Soft contact is almost a better sign than strikeouts, right? Because you can get a strikeout from a guy not swinging the bat, but if guys are putting good swings on it and they're still not making hard contact, it's a good sign as a pitcher.
Hector Yan back out there for another inning for the Guelph Royals. No, we weren't sure if it was going to be him or Nelson Mercado taking the mound in the bottom of the 5th, but Yan at 77 pitches goes out there.
Yeah, he'll head back out there for another inning of work, and I think, and once again, this is all speculation up here in the booth, I would imagine the leash is fairly short here in inning number 5.
Looks like there will be immediate action before Jan even throws a pitch in the inning. First offering to Byron Reichstein is in the dirt for ball 1. Believe that is Brandon Deans in the bullpen. No, it's Evan Grills. Am I seeing that correctly, Noah?
I'm trying to get a number down there, Dylan. I think it is Deans down there.
That one fouled off by Reichstein, 1-2. Thought it was 51, but it looks like 91 instead. 1-2 count here to Byron Reichstein. Reichstein 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Takes that one in the dirt. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Worth mentioning, Deans is not throwing out there. He's just getting loose.
Yeah, he's just kind of walking around the bullpen at this time.
2-2, cut on and miss. Tag applied by Joseph Del Rosario, and there's one gone very quickly in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, a good start to the inning there for Hector Yan. Got the strikeout against Reichstein to begin the inning. We think from what we saw last inning that Mercado is probably warm and ready if they need him. But Hector Jan's throwing like he wants to get through this inning and maybe more still.
That one sails high on Champ Garner for ball 1. You'd imagine Jan has pretty much full control over what his pitch limit is. He's a guy who knows his arm very well. Quickly working to Garner here, who puts a pretty good ride into this one to right field. Stepping over to his right is Andy Leader, and he'll put this one away for the second out.
Just underneath that ball as he lofted it out to right field. 2 quick outs against the Majors here in the 5th.
So 2 away, and Cleveland Brownlee will step into the batter's box. He's 0 for 1. Did work a walk earlier in the ball game. The Ballflowers giving the Cleveland We Love You song.
That's my favorite one.
It's so good. It's just so good, Noah. Pitch from Jan on its way is going to sail high. 1-0 to Brownlee.
I want to sing along, but I feel like I don't fully know it, or at least I'm not fully in the Ballflower vibes down there to be able to add anything to that. They do a good enough job.
That one's inside to Brownlee. We got to call a game, either call a game from where they sit or bring them up here. And just listen to all the little chants they have throughout the ball game. It's so good. It really adds the atmosphere here at Labatt Park.
It sure has. A welcome addition over the last few years.
2-0, 3-0. Inside, Jan can't believe it.
It's inside. And once again, he's having some issues with where the edges of that plate have been tonight. I don't think that caught the edge, just from our view up here.
3-0 is there for a strike. Brownlee was taking all the way, and it's right down Main Street.
Red light turns to green light here for Brownlee now on 3-1.
3-1 home. Brownlee hits this one towards shortstop. Brando LaRue to his left. On the run, throw to first is in time, and Hector Jan is through 5 complete here from Labatt Memorial Park. His Guelph Royals still trail 6-1 on Majors TV.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night, night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 2190 Dundas Street East and online at ithrow.ca. That's ITHROW.ca.
Back here at Labatt Memorial Park for the 6th inning. We'd be remiss if we didn't thank Through Thick and Thin Pizza, our official food sponsor for Majors TV, for keeping our crew very, very well fed every single home game.
Very well fed indeed, Dylan. Some delicious pizza from Through Thick and Thin. Give them a chance. Check them out. Some of the best pizza around. Lots of youngsters in the seats tonight, Dylan. It is summer here at the ballpark. And what better place to spend it than here in downtown London?
It is a fantastic night for baseball, and speaking of fantastic, Farrington's been fantastic out there on the mound for London. 63 pitches through 5 innings of work. He will go back out there for the 6th. He's been finding the zone. He's been inducing weak contact. We wondered if after the 5th he'd be done, but he goes back out there for another frame. There was no action in the Majors bullpen during the offensive inning in the bottom of the 5th. Farrington will deal with 8, 9, and 1. It'll be Joseph Del Rosario, Yosuke Ohashi, and Brando LaRue. That one on the ground, hit weakly towards second base. Charging Osika, bare hand, throw to first in time, and there's one very quick out in the 6th.
Nothing is going to help you more on the hill than a one-pitch out to begin the inning. Soft contact again, this time over to second base, and just like that, there's one gone.
Yosuke Ohashi into the batter's box now for the Guelph Royals. 0 for 1 on the day. Ohashi flew out to center field in his last trip. Farrington sets, kicks, and comes home. First pitch to Ohashi, finds the inside corner for strike one.
I would imagine as well, Dylan, that the bullpen is ready if Farrington gets into trouble here.
0-1 will miss for ball one. Haven't seen any real action out there, though, recently. So they may need to get fired up quickly. One home off the bat of Ohashi down the first baseline. It's going to be a foul ball. Ohashi taps himself on the helmet as he walks back to the plate.
Got the roll off the edge of the grass there to put it foul. Knew it right away.
Worth mentioning, it is Pride of the Park tonight. See the Majors wearing their Pride hats for the ball game today. 1-2 count here on Yosuke Ohashi. The pitch from Farrington. Sails well up and away. It's 2-2.
Yeah, I'd love to see at some point through the remainder of the ball game if we could get a shot inside the dugout at one of those caps on our Game Day London mobile camera up close, because they really are something cool.
2-2 home, breaking ball off the bat of Ohashi. That hits Farrington on the mound. He'll execute a throw to first and get the second out. He waves off the trainer
there.
right away. Right away. 2 gone.
He says, now get back in there. I'm getting through this. I couldn't tell from our angle, and we don't have a replay good enough to show us, but it got him on the foot. But by the looks of it, Dylan, I'm wondering if it actually got him on the bottom of the cleat. And if that's the case, that's probably the best place to get it.
Yeah, that's probably why he waved them off so quickly. You get a look at those cleats there. Might have been the right leg. There's a bit of a... There's a dirt spot on that right leg as Brando LaRue crushes this one down the left field line. It will rattle up against the wall as LaRue digs for second. He'll pull up there, and it is a 2-out double for the Royals leadoff man.
Well, 2-out double ripped into the left field corner, awfully similar to the leadoff double by Takamatsu in the 5th inning that ended up scoring the lone run of the ball game so far for the Royals. We'll get the Majors bullpen back up and moving around here now with 2 outs in the top of the 6th.
J.D. Williams into the batter's box, 0 for 2 on the day. Farrington at 70 pitches through 5 2/3 of 1-run balls, allowed 3 hits. Set down Williams twice this evening. First pitch, that one's through the hole. It's going to be a base hit. Getting the wave around third here is LaRue. Coming up, throwing Krasminski. Play at the plate. Will get by DeOlio. It will hit the batter leader. And so J.D. Williams will pull into second with an RBI single.
Well, a great hit there. Brings in another run here for the Royals and makes it a 6-2 game. Back-to-back good contact hits there from the Royals. Will garner a mound visit here from Roop Chandradat.
Alex Springer was throwing in the bullpen in the 5th inning. He is back up and throwing here again. Majors manager Roop Chandradat, he always cautions me not to say that he's taking a guy out when he goes out to the mound, because he does like to just give his pitchers a pep talk, see where they're at, see how they're feeling. Springer just got up to throw.
That is a handshake and a ball, though.
And that'll do it for Braden Farrington here tonight. But what a performance for the Majors right-hander. We'll get to the line on him when we come back. This is a pitching change brought to you by Throw London, London's original knife throwing.
Hey there, my name's Will. I'm the owner of Throw London. This is some of the staff that helps us out here from day to day to keep things moving. We have other people that work with us too. They're not here today, and we'd like to thank them for helping us and helping you. If you're not sure what you'd like to throw, an axe or a knife, we can take care of that for you. We throw the axes, knives, we have darts, shovels. You don't need to do anything. You don't need any experience whatsoever. We'll take care of that as well. If you happen to win a league and you have that competitive side, you get your name on this League of Legends wall, which is amazing. If you like to have a cold beverage, we can serve that for you as well. So when you're thinking about doing next event, friends, family, corporation, or just a hangout, come on and think about Throw London.
Back now on Majors TV. New arm into the ball game here for London as the junior lefty Alex Springer gets to work in his 3rd game of the year.
Yeah, he's only appeared in 2 games so far this season, dealing 3 innings pitched. He has struck out 2 batters and allowed 3 hits. Hasn't walked anyone yet, so we'll see how he fares here in a role where, goal number 1, get out of this inning and then give yourself a clean slate if you get to go back out there for the 7th. Majors have a 6-2 lead right now. They'd love to keep it at that, heading into the bottom of the 6th inning here with another run standing out at second here for the Royals.
Farrington has pitched 5 2/3, 4 hits, or did pitch 5 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 strikeouts, did not walk a batter. So he continues to be walk-free this season. That runner over at second base is his responsibility. So we'll see if Springer can leave him stranded.
Dylan, a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard in the Intercounty Baseball League tonight. Kitchener has just taken the lead in Hamilton, 5-3 over the Cardinals right now in the top of the 6th inning. And in Brantford, it is a 1-1 tie between the Red Sox and the visiting Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. 3 games in the IBL tonight. There will be plenty more over the course of this weekend. And at least here in London, some promising weather. Looking forward to tomorrow's game as well.
Should be a beautiful night for baseball at the Forks of the Thames tomorrow, as Andy Leader will step back into the batter's box now with the lefty on the mound. Leader was 0 for 2 against Farrington this evening, popped out a couple of times, both in foul territory, once to Cardoso at first, once to DeOlio behind the plate. Springer last worked for the majors on May 24th against Kitchener at home. First pitch will miss for ball 1. But that's not to say he hasn't pitched in a ball game since then. He's been a heavily relied upon arm for the London Juniors, the Majors' junior affiliate. (1-0) in the dirt. That one's going to skip away from DeOlio. Bounces up and over the lower panel of netting. And so moving up to third is J.D. Williams. Williams now 90 feet away over at third base. Springer behind in the count, 2-0. One of the hits for Neo out there at Rock the Park is playing. The song with Pitbull, I can't remember.
It's
what
called
the
Give
title
Me
is.
Everything, Dylan. You can
Thank
hear
you.
everybody
Yes.
screaming it down there.
And in the ballpark,
And
some
in the
people are singing
ballpark,
along.
yeah.
2-0. Upstairs, 3-0.
I did have some questions leading up to it, and today at work, actually, a couple of my coworkers were wondering about, Rock the Park and what was going on. I said, hey, if you don't want to go to Rock the Park, but you still want to hear the music, either A, sit out on the walkway by the Thames, or come on down to Labatt Park. You can hear it everywhere downtown.
So a 4-pitch walk for Andy Leader has put runners on the corners now for the Guelph Royals, with Garrett Takamatsu stepping into the batter's box. Takamatsu lined a double off of Farrington in his last at-bat. Now deals with Springer. Good chance for the Royals if Takamatsu can get another run across to make it a pretty close ball game. Just a 3-run deficit if they can get one more home.
Double his last time up.
In the dirt, DeOlio blocks this one. That's the second one that Springer has spiked. Last time it was past DeOlio. Just one out away from finishing this inning up. Left-hander looks in for the sign. Sets, kicks, deals. That's there for a strike. The first one that Springer has thrown in this outing, and it's 1-1.
Well, hopefully that'll help him get dialed in here. Tough spot to enter a ball game, but you got to throw strikes.
1-1 in the dirt. 2-1.
That to me just looks a little bit overthrown, Dylan.
Knows he's got a good hitter at the plate, trying to do a little bit too much perhaps. Skylar Janice now getting loose in the Majors bullpen. The 2-1 home. Misses. 3-1. On deck is Josh Garton. Springer has to face him. That would be his third batter. And if necessary, he can be removed from the ball game. Majors manager Roop Chanadat peeking down at the bullpen. (3-1) home. Fouled off the catcher DeOlio, and the count runs full now at 3-2.
Well, came right back at him there on 3-1 and came to the play. You gotta do it. You got to get the ball across the zone. And you know what? Maybe you give him a chance to hit it, but walking guys ain't going to help you either. 3-2. Runner get a head start at first here with 2 outs.
That'll be leader moving from the first base bag. Being cautious, though, not taking an overly aggressive lead. The 3-2. Takamatsu sends this one in the air. Right field. Chasing after it, Reichstein. Just in front of the foul line. Makes the catch, and the side is retired. So Springer able to wiggle out of the jam. Farrington's book is closed. Allows 2 runs across 5 2/3. And the Majors maintain a 4-run lead.
Well, a great job there for Springer to settle down. Got the fly out to end the inning, and the Majors hold the 4-run lead at 6-2 now, but it's been the Royals who have got the last couple runs across here, so the Majors going to try and put an end to that here in London.
We will send it back now to field level. Justin Koehler is with us. Justin.
Well, everybody, you might be able to hear it back at home, but everyone here at the ballpark hears a bit of music echoing throughout Labatt Memorial Park today, and that's thanks to Rock the Park, which has been going on since Wednesday of this week. It's not the only bit of music that the Majors have been treated to, and that's thanks partly in partnership with the Majors and the London Music Office. The Majors have benefited from that partnership every single week throughout the entire course of the season, thanks to local artists performing the national anthem for every single game. And it's not all either. There's still a big event coming up on the horizon in a couple weeks, and that is the UNESCO City of Music concert coming up on August 9th. London is, of course, a City of Music UNESCO designated town city here in London, and was actually the first across Canada to get that designation as well, thanks to the rich culture of music here across London. And so the details for the event are still on the way. They're set to come soon, but plenty of music here in the City of London to look forward to. And so let's send it back up to Noah and Dylan in the Game Day London press box. Gentlemen, been a lot of music this week, to say the least.
Justin, are you performing at that concert event? We still got you. Are you performing, Justin?
He turned his mic off. He turned his mic off.
Okay. Justin doesn't want to answer the hard-hitting questions.
He doesn't want to. We had some issues with the mic earlier, so we can't be getting too ahead of ourselves now.
You're right. I jumped the gun a little bit. I apologize.
You did.
Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning between the Majors and the Guelph Royals, it will be Victor Plaz, followed by Ty Mosher and Gibson Krasminski, to face Hector Jan at 89 pitches through 5 innings. First pitch to Plaz off the plate outside. 1-0.
Jan has settled down pretty good here. 0 on the board last inning. And back out here for the 6th. A little bit surprised, I will be honest, but if he can go out here and give him another inning of work, it'll go a long way into helping their bullpen through another weekend.
1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Off the plate outside. 2-1 now to Victor Plaz. Guelph has already played 2 games this week, played Tuesday and Thursday. Time called at the plate here by Victor Plaz. Their remaining games this weekend, just the one, tomorrow hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs. Then they see Welland again on Tuesday at home, as that one's fouled back by Plaz. 2-2.
Yeah, it has not been the Royals pitching staff that has been the issue as of late. They have given up under 5 runs, and I'm just trying to look back at the last time they gave up more than 5. It was against the Majors here on June 28th. It has been a while. I think 5 or 6 straight games. They have kept the opposition under 5.
Pitch is inside, and Plaz did not go around. 3-2. They went for the appeal, but he hardly moved his hands. So count is full here on the Majors' third baseman. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jan comes to the high fastball. Plaz comes up empty. 1 gone.
Changed the eye level there and got him to swing through it for out number 1. Great job there by Hector Jan. And now there's 1 away to begin this 6th inning for the Majors.
1 gone now, and Ty Mosher will step into the batter's box. Mosher 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch is there for a strike. Mosher singled earlier, then bunted and reached on Josh Garton's error. Upstairs. 1-1 to Mosher.
Dylan, after Mosher, it'll be the 4th time through the Majors order for Jan.
Mosher sends this one in the air to center field. J.D. Williams, a couple of steps to his right. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Give it a good ride, but there's a lot of room out there in the outfield here at Labatt Park, and it's an easy catch for out number 2.
As you mentioned, Noah, the top of the order will come up for the 4th time today. Gibson Krasminski is 3 for 3. Has a double, 3 runs batted in. And a stolen base as well in the ball game. Trying to ignite a 2-out rally for the Majors. That's there for a strike, 0-1. Cut on and missed. It's 0-2. So quickly ahead in the count here is Hector Jan. No balls and 2 strikes. That one upstairs and hit Krasminski, I believe, in the helmet. Certainly up near the shoulder. Krasminski appears to be all right. He'll get checked on by Del Rosario and trot out to first.
Obviously far from on purpose there, but he was just trying to give as much as he could on that fastball, Dylan, and overthrew it. Ended up and in on Krasminski.
So a 2-out base runner, perhaps not in the fashion Krasminski was hoping to get on, and Tristan Osika will step into the batter's box.
You know, normally, Dylan, they say any way you can. That one still doesn't feel good.
It's the one way I wouldn't want to. That one misses for ball 1 to Osika.
All right, any way you can. Are you sure there's not other alternatives? Because that one hurt.
1-0, 2 out. Osika 0 for 2 had a sacrifice bunt in his last at-bat. On the move from first is Krasminski. Pitches up and away. Throw down to second. Not in time. Krasminski's got his 2nd stolen base of the ball game.
Good pitch to throw on, and the throw was on the right side of the bag. Just wasn't there in time. Krasminski got a great jump against the lefty.
2-0 count, hitters count here for Tristan Osika. That one misses. It's 3-0.
You do have a base open here. You don't have to go right at Osika. But as I've been saying all game long, is you got some dangerous hitters behind you.
3-0 count here to the Majors' second baseman. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. So Osika works a 4-pitch walk, and with 2 out, the Majors have 2 on. Jan up at 105 pitches, but no movement in the Guelph bullpen.
Mercado is now up, Dylan, and moving around. He was ready earlier in the game. I don't know if he's going to need a few pitches here to get ready or if he's just about ready to go into the game still, but 2 outs here. Obviously, the Royals, they want to get this final out. But 4th time through the order now for Jan, and he's losing the zone a bit.
That is now 6 straight balls if you include the hit by pitch to Gibson Krasminski in there. If you don't, then it's 5 straight. Ball 6, Chance raining down. That finds the zone. It's 1-1. Immediately after they finish their ball chance, they go with the "you're no fun" when it's a called strike. One and 1, 2 out. Standing over at second is Gibson Krasminski. Osika over at first. That one misses. 2-1 now.
Runners at first and second here. Majors doing all this with 2 outs here, now trying to push it across.
2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Cardoso takes high. It sails to the backstop, and that will allow Krasminski to move up 90 feet. Same for Osika. They now stand at second and third for Cardoso.
And Jan has just lost control here in this inning. And I think it's because he's tired, Dylan.
I would agree with you.
You can tell by the way he's throwing the ball in that time. He was just trying to give it everything he could to get it to the plate with some mustard on it, and he overthrew the catcher. Runners move up to second and third. Count moves to 3-1.
We'll see if this gets charged as a mound visit. The home plate umpire, Rob Stevenson, is out there to check. And they're saying no mound visit, which typically would mean they're just checking on the signs. They're just trying to get on the same page. Not sure if there was a cross up on that pitch that sailed high. Perhaps Del Rosario set up low and the pitch sailed high, which is why it missed. Everybody. Get a look at Mercado loosening in the bullpen. Three-one home, inside, ball 4. So Cardoso works a walk, and that will load the bases for Eduardo De Olio, and that will get Dino Rumel out to the mound.
And we'll see if this is the end of the line for Hector Yan, who once again thought that he found the inside edge on that pitch. I thought it was about 6 inches in on the plate, so. Short walk here for Dino Rumel, who has a quick word with the home plate umpire on his way out, who will take his notebook out. And I don't know if he is going to write down a lineup change. Dylan, it looks like he is. It'll be the end of the night for Hector Yan.
So Hector Yan exits. We've got a pitching change and all the information coming to you when we come back.
Hey there, my name's Will. I'm the owner of Throw London. This is some of the staff that helps us out here from day to day to keep things moving. We have other people that work with us too. They're not here today, and we'd like to thank them for helping us and helping you. If you're not sure what you'd like to throw, an axe or a knife, we can take care of that for you. We throw the axes, knives, we have darts, shovels. You don't need to do anything. You don't need any experience whatsoever. We'll take care of that as well. If you happen to win a league and you have that competitive side, you get your name on this League of Legends wall, which is amazing. If you like to have a cold beverage, we can serve that for you as well. So when you're thinking about doing next event, friends, family, corporation, or just
go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of Majors TV.
Back here on Majors TV. And we believe that is not Nelson Mercado. In fact, the lineup card said it was Mercado, but I don't believe that is correct. I think that is. We'll try to figure it out for you. I think that's why Dino Rumel went out to the home plate umpire to say, listen, we had Mercado listed as 35. That's not Nelson Mercado.
Yeah, here's the thing, Dylan. On the lineup card that was given up here to the broadcast booth, there is one number that is really tough to read, and it's that what we're assuming is a 35 next to Nelson Mercado's name. Now, we don't know for sure if that's who's out there. We think
it is Yomar Concepcion. Just got confirmation from my good friend Eli Pearl, who works for the Guelph Royals. And he's confirmed to me that that is Yomar Concepcion wearing number 35. And he will face Eduardo De Olio here. So that would, I assume, that be why Dino Rumel went out to the home plate umpire.
We did see Dino Rumel come out to the mound, or on his way to the mound, talk to the home plate umpire and crew chief of tonight's game and let him know who was coming into the game.
Comes in a tough spot. Bases loaded, 2 out. That one's there for a strike, 0-1.
The Intercounty Baseball League, Dylan, has, I don't know if you want to call it a clause or a rule where your lineup cards necessarily don't have to be perfectly correct.
Which makes the job real fun for us up here.
It does. It makes our job really tough up here in the booth and leaves everyone at the left side of our booth scrambling to try and figure out who is into the game for the official score. And it's Yomar Concepcion into the game.
That one finds the zone. De Olio can't believe it. He wasn't happy with the first strike call, which makes him even more unhappy with the second strike call. So Concepcion in control. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Off the plate outside, 1-2.
Concepcion, a familiar name here for IBL fans. Electric arm on the hill. Into the ball game now for the Guelph Royals. Try and get them out of this bases loaded, 2-out jam, bottom of the 6th.
Concepcion a 4.21 ERA across 10 2/3 this season. The 1-2 home to DeOlio misses for ball 2. Concepcion thought he had the third strike.
I don't blame him. That wasn't in a much different spot than strike number 2. A little bit more up in the zone, but same width on the edge of the plate. 2-2.
Concepcion was a Guelph Royal in 2018 and 2019. Returned in 2023. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So DeOlio goes down on strikes and Concepcion gets out of the bases loaded jam. We are through 6 complete here from Labatt Park. Majors lead 6-2.
Get suited up with us for our big night. We went to Collins Clothiers. They had suits and tuxedos in various colors and styles. The staff helped us pick exactly what we wanted. They custom fit our suits for the perfect fit. They even matched us to our date's dress. It was so much fun trying on suits with the boys on the VIP night. They even got us pizza while we tried clothes on.
For prom kids, of course, are going to be the best dressed.
We felt so confident and looked amazing.
Back now at Labatt Memorial Park as you get a look at one of those pride hats we were talking about earlier, Noah. Pretty good shot there on our Game Day London mobile camera.
That is what the Majors are sporting tonight here at the ballpark in celebration of Pride here in London.
I'm not
we
sure.
We had some members of the Pride community out here to throw at the ceremonial first pitch as well today.
We did. A big thank you to whoever that was, whichever Majors player was sitting there with their head down just so we could get that perfect shot of the hat. It was awesome.
We had them holding that shot of the hat for a solid 30 count before we even came back from commercials. And then a 15-20 count off the top to give us some chance to talk about it. And now, hold on, there was a brief stoppage out as they were making sure everything was ready out in the outfield. Looks like we were ready to go.
Looks like it. Josh Garden to the batter's box, 1 for 2 today. First pitch is there for a strike, 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. So Springer ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Looking to put away the big bat of Garten. That one misses high. It's 1-2.
Had a lot to work with when you're up 0-2, but missed that one. Has a chance to come back on 1-2 here again with a pitch of his own.
1-2 home, cut on and missed, strike 3. Pitches in the dirt, so DeOlio has to complete the put out with the throw to first. It is in time, and there's one gone now in the top of the 7th inning.
Struggled a little bit when he came in relief of Farrington the 6th to throw strikes, but got up ahead in that count and had a lot of room to work, a lot of options to work with, and he got the strikeout for out 1 to begin the 7th.
So Ethan Hammond into the batter's box now for the Guelph Royals as Skylar Janice continues to loosen in the Majors bullpen. Hammond had a sacrifice fly in his last trip to the plate. That one sails high on him for ball one. The 1-0. That's there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike here.
Bit delayed on the call, but was right there.
One home. Did Hammond foul that one off, or did it skip in on DeOlio? I don't know.
2-1, it looks like the count is, so.
Yes, 2-1 is signaled by the home plate umpire, so it must have just skipped in off of DeOlio there without any contact. 2-1 count. In the air, right field. Chasing after it, Byron Reichstein. He will track this one down deep into the alley, and there's 2 gone now in the 7th.
Well, I did take a peek down into the dugout, and we got some help from some of our staff down there. Said Byron Reichstein was getting looked at by the training staff, but he is out there, and he ran that ball down really well. So good to see that he's back out there for this 7th inning and making plays.
2 gone now for Keon Maseni. That one's there for a strike. That was a long run for Byron, so if there was anything ailing him, he certainly didn't show it on that last run. 0-1. Cut on and missed, 0-2. Springer trying to set down Maseni and end the top of the 7th inning. The left-hander sets, kicks and deals. In the air, shallow left, it's going to bloop in over the head of Mosher and get down in front of Chris Minsky, so it's a 2-out single for Keon Maseni that allows a base runner here for the Royals.
Just fought it off and got it over top of the shortstop's head into left field. No matter how you draw it up, it's a 2-out single. The Royals have a man aboard here in the top of the 7th.
Joseph Del Rosario into the batter's box now for Guelph. Looking to get his first hit of the ball game. Swings and misses 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 home. That's there for a strike. Now no balls and 2 strikes to the Guelph catcher.
Looking much more confident on the mound this inning. And now he's up 0-2. Chance to try and get the majors through this 7th inning.
The 0-2 home in the dirt. Skips away from DeOlio, but not far enough for Maseni to move up. And so the count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Del Rosario has grounded out twice in the ball game, once to each middle infield position. The 1-2 pitch misses, skips away from DeOlio again, but once again not far enough for Maseni to advance.
Certainly not far enough for him to want to risk it with 2 outs. That ball's got to get an awful long way away from Eduardo DeOlio with his arm strength for you to want to risk trying to take that second base.
2-2 home, popped up, foul, out of play. Takes a bounce there above us here in the Game Day 11 press box. Springer trying to get out of the top of the 7th inning. Kicks and deals. Del Rosario fouls it off again. Good battle brewing right now.
Yeah, he's just fighting off anything that comes his way. Just staying alive at the plate. 2-2, the count remains here with 2 outs.
Count even. Here comes the offering. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Alex Springer gets the strikeout to end the top of the 7th inning. It is stretch time here at the Forks of the Thames. Majors lead at 6-2.
Well, time to stretch it out here for the fans in attendance. Majors holding on to a 4-run lead here at the ballpark as we end at the bottom of the 7th inning.
I was really hoping that the 7th inning stretch tonight, Noel, would coincide with a Nas performance out in Rock the Park in left field, or somebody on stage, so we could get some of that music going as well. Not the case, unfortunately.
No, not the case. I'm not sure what the new schedule looked like for Rock the Park, but they did have some changes to the scheduling, as I mentioned earlier. So I would think Nas has got to be getting close to coming on, 9:39. The current time here in London.
Majors TV is your home for all the Rock the Park updates this weekend, or at least tonight.
We will give you all the updates on everything you need to know. It doesn't have to be baseball.
I don't know if Ty and I will be as locked in tomorrow as you are now.
If you want to know about some baseball, Dylan, it is a 5-5 game in Hamilton right now between the Panthers and the Cardinals. And over in Brantford, looks like a 2-2 game, bottom 4 between the Barnstormers and Red Sox.
Here at Labatt Memorial Park, the Majors lead by 4 runs. It is 6-2 London. Majors will have Byron Reichstein, Champ Garner, and Cleveland Brownlee coming up in this frame. Apologies, we
got a visit up here, Dylan. You can let the fans know we had a visit up here from one of our longtime volunteers, Matthew Young, in the ballpark tonight.
Matthew Young, good friend of mine from high school, volunteered with us here on Majors TV for quite some time and just made a surprise guest appearance.
Yeah, talk about a surprise. He just pops his head in the door like he belongs here every single day.
Yeah, but that's the most Matthew thing ever.
That is.
We both know that.
That is.
Back to baseball here. Reichstein leading things off. Reichstein, Garner, Brownlee, as mentioned, to face Yomar Concepcion. Here's the pitch. That one's off the plate outside, 1-0.
Finally, a change of scenery on the hill after Hector Jan got through just about 7 innings of work. And Concepcion came on to take over on the hill. And now it'll be up to him to try and see if he can get to work here.
1-1 pitch. Off the plate outside. It's 2-1 to Reichstein. Two-1, cut on and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Reichstein. 0 for 3 on the day, trying to break into the hit column.
Well, if there's a time to break out of the hit column, I'd like to think it's once you get the righty on the hill. He really did struggle against Hector Jan, the lefty, so far today.
The 2-2 home. Called strike 3. Concepcion freezes him with a fastball in the corner, and there's one gone.
Yeah, he wasn't looking for that pitch on 2-2. Caught the outside corner for strike 3, and there is one gone quickly here to begin the bottom of the 7th inning.
So Champ Garner will step into the batter's box, introduced by a young fan up here in the Game Day London press box. Garner took over for Starling Joseph, who left the ball game after the 2nd inning. First pitch to Garner is in there for a strike.
And Garner's got to try and get something going here. Majors scored 4 runs in the 2nd, 2 more runs in the 4th, and have been quiet since.
0-1 home. That's there for a strike, 0-2.
6 runs on 7 hits for London so far today.
Concepcion delivers. Off the plate outside to Garner. Didn't miss by much, and it's 1-2.
He's got that electric fastball, Dylan, and he paints the corners. So when it misses off there, even if it doesn't miss by much, you're almost just waiting for that call.
That one slashed, and a great diving play by Josh Garton over at first base, ranging into foul territory and laying out to make the grab.
What a play. That ball took him right towards the line, and he was able to lay out and make the grab for out number 2. Concepcion's got 2 quick outs here in the 7th.
So 2 away for the big man, Cleveland Brownlee, who is 0 for 2 this evening, has yet to face Concepcion. Brownlee has hit some long balls against Concepcion in his career. His first home run of the 2019 season was hit in Guelph off of Yomar Concepcion. That one misses for ball 1.
Concepcion, Dylan, is a pitcher who likes to attack you with the fastball. And Brownlee is a hitter who likes to hit the fastball. It's a match made in heaven if he can connect.
That's on the corner. Brownlee doesn't like it. It's 1-1.
Well, and he doesn't like that because there's so many ways that you can beat a hitter, and Brownlee's not going to have a chance at hitting that ball, which is just at the edge of the outside corner.
The 1-1. That one misses. 2 balls and 1 strike. Brownlee ahead in the count against Concepcion. The right-hander gathered his thoughts off the mound there for a moment. Now sets up on the rubber. Kicks and delivers. That's there for a strike, 2-2. Cleveland didn't like that call. I thought it caught the corner.
Yeah, that one a lot better than the first one that was down and away. That one was a little bit more up in the zone, even with the belt, and there for a strike, 2-2.
Concepcion trying to end the bottom of the 7th inning. The 2-2 pitch. Well off the plate outside, 3-2.
Well, a chance for Brownlee to get aboard here any way he can. 3-2 count. He can take a walk or find his way on with a hit.
Concepcion gave that last pitch everything he had. Here comes the payoff to Brownlee. In the air, right field. Leader going back. He's got plenty of room, and he'll make the catch to retire the side in the 7th. We head to the 8th. The Majors lead, 6-2.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night, night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 2190 Dundas Street East and online at ithrow.ca. That's ITHROW.ca.
Back here at Labatt Memorial Park as the cornhole activity takes place. And Noah, you win Big Macs for a month if you win this.
Why haven't they come up here to ask me yet?
That is Noah's jam.
That is a #1 prize. Look at the reactions down there. They know what they're missing out on.
It's devastation on one side, elation on the other. They get the importance of that game that just got played. There may never be a bigger moment in their lives.
This is not just a game anymore. This is a lifestyle. This can affect people's futures.
This is make or break.
This is if those are college kids down there, that can make a big difference in some kid's life.
You know
That's
what?
all I'm saying.
You know what? I'm a little upset they haven't come up here to offer that to both of us because I think I'd A, beat you in a game of cornhole, and
Okay.
B, I think I could
Okay.
really use Big Macs for a month.
Well, next time we're both in the ballpark, I know I'm not here tomorrow night, but next time we're both in the ballpark, you get them to bring the game out early pregame. We'll get the cameras down there. We'll play some cornhole.
Let's do it. Does the winner actually get the McDonald's prize?
No.
Okay,
They would never do that for us, but
I
I'm
know.
just saying. Bragging rights are just as important to me as a Big Mac. I take that back.
Yosuke Ohashi into the batter's box, takes the first pitch strike there from Alex Springer. Springer working in his 3rd inning. He's pitched 1 2/3 so far. 1 1/3. That one is chopped foul by Ohashi, quickly ahead of the second baseman, 0-2.
Chance here for Springer. He's had a good start so far after coming in the bullpen and struggling to work back into this thing and provide some really good, important innings for the majors.
1-2 count here on Ohashi. Here's the pitch. Fouled off, and we'll try again on 1-2. There is action in the Majors bullpen. Janice loosening yet again. Majors would love, I'm sure, to get as much distance as they can from Springer. You mentioned it, Noah, saving some arms the longer he goes. 1-2 off the plate outside, 2-2. Two-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Springer gets the strikeout there of Yosuke Ohashi, his third of the ball game, and there's one gone in the eighth.
Great job there on the breaking ball to get the strikeout and, more importantly, get that first out of the inning. Seems to be way more settled in on the mound, way more comfortable after getting that first out.
Brando LaRue now into the batter's box for the Guelph Royals. 1 for 3 today. Ripped a double in his last at-bat. That came off of Farrington. One of the last batters the Majors right-hander faced. That's there for a strike, 0-1.
One of 5 Guelph hits today. They did not get into the hit column until inning number 5 when a leadoff double by Garrett Takamatsu got them on the board.
That one hit hard towards second base. Great sliding stop by Osika. Throw to first in time to get him. What a play by Tristan Osika out at second base for the second out.
That is all you can say. What a clean play over there at second base, ranging over to his right. And the internal clock, you hear broadcasters at the major league level often talk about the internal clock. He didn't rush that.
No.
Knew he had time, got to the ball quick, so he knew he had time after that little spin to get the throw over to one in time, and he did for the second out.
J.D. Williams into the batter's box now for Guelph. Had an RBI single and then advanced to second base on a throwing error. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. The music has resumed at Rock the Park.
We take it, Nas has taken the stage.
That's there for a strike, 0-2. And let me tell you, the park is rocking.
It is.
Springer looks in for the sign, gets the one he wants, comes set, trying to set down Williams and end the top of the eighth. That one sails on him. It's 1-2.
Well, we talked about the benefits of getting up 0-2 and how you can afford to have a waste pitch. I don't know if that was a waste pitch by design, but missed off the plate. Now they'll come back here.
1-2 breaking ball. Can't quite catch the corner. Didn't break back in time, and it's 2-2. Two and two, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Springer gets his 4th strikeout of the outing, and he is through the 8th inning unscathed.
Well, another great job there by Springer. Strikeout there gets him through the 8th, and Majors head to the bottom half of this 8th inning, still holding a 6-2 lead.
Springer did get a handshake from Majors manager Rup Chanadad on the way in, so that may be the end of his outing. And if it is, what a job. Did a fantastic job for the Majors in relief. Struggled to find the strike zone early on in his outing, but then really zeroed in and has been stellar across 2 1/3.
Well, exactly, and that's all you can hope for if you're asking a young arm to come into the ball game. Held his own out there. There was some times where he faced some adversity for sure, but battled through that and has his team in line for a win.
Majors lead by 4. Still trying to add on here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Royals offense has struggled as of late, but realistically, you look top to bottom in that order, no lead is safe with the bats that they've got.
We have seen that in this game, even the couple doubles that have been ripped down the line. Those are the type of hits that get you back into games in a hurry. Just like to remind you at this time, Majors back in action tomorrow night here at Labatt Memorial Park. 7:35 is the first pitch as the Brantford Red Sox come to town. And then Sunday, they are in Hamilton to take on the Cardinals. 2:05, the scheduled first pitch. And then a Tuesday game. So they have one day off on Monday. Then they're back in Chatham on Tuesday.
In Chatham on Tuesday. Then I believe the Majors play Friday, Sunday next weekend. Friday actually in Brantford, Sunday at home. And then there's the All-Star game in between. So half the team pretty much with 8 guys going to the All-Star game, plus the manager will be in Welland on Saturday for the All-Star game before playing a game in the afternoon against the Kitchener Panthers on Sunday. Busy stretch right now for London.
It is a busy stretch. You got to wonder, they renting out a vehicle to all go down there together? There's a lot of Majors heading down to the game in Welland, the All-Star game, of course.
There sure are. One of whom is Victor Plaz, who is in the batter's box now. Plaz is a reserve for the All-Star game. 1 for 2 on the day. Facing Yomar Concepcion here. Plaz, Mosher, Krasminski. First pitch, strike 1 to Plaz.
Sure doesn't feel like it, Dylan, but the Intercounty Baseball League season has just flown so far.
Teams are over halfway through.
Yeah, we get into the middle of July now.
That one will get out of play, a foul ball. Josh Garten goes to give a fist bump to a fan. In a very typical Josh Garten move, always making time for the fans.
London here, this is game 24, if I'm not mistaken, on the season. So, and for the first time in many years, the IBL looks at a playoff picture.
That one fouled off by Plaz, and you're right, Noah, because that number 9 seed in the IBL does not make the playoffs. There's no play-in game.
Yep, and that's what I mean when I say a playoff picture, right? You don't know you're going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now, there's some teams here who set themselves up at the point halfway through where they're pretty confident that their spots are safe. I don't know what the magic number sits at for a team like Welland in first place.
I believe I saw the other day that it was 4. That one will miss, and it's 1 and 2 to Plaz. That was thanks to Alan Ross, who posted it in the IBL fans Facebook group. I don't know if that's since changed. I'm not sure if Welland's had a game since that was posted, but they've got to be pretty close to clinching a playoff spot. Here comes the 1-2. Called strike 3. Breaking ball from Concepcion freezes Victor Plaz, and there's one gone in the 8th.
We had Plaz standing there staring down the breaking ball that caught the outside corner for a strikeout to begin the inning.
So Ty Mosher into the batter's box now for London. 1 for 3 today. I believe he may become 1 for 2. They were talking about updating the scoring on that sacrifice bunt where he reached on the Garten error to give him credit for the sacrifice, and then he advances on the throwing error as opposed to reaching on it. Swing and a miss, strike 1. That's a minor change to most people, but it does impact the batting average for a guy like Mosher. Oh, 1 from Concepcion. There for strike 2.
I did just get an update in the chat, Dylan, from Alan saying that magic number is 4 for Welland. Was a 6 earlier in the week.
Thank you to Alan for the post earlier this week, and then for the comment in our chat to update us. Well off the plate outside, 1 and 2.
Saw another comment in there from Linda. Said, go Majors from across the river. Linda, are you at Rock the Park? Are we not paying attention to Nas over there, or are we just living downtown?
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Del Rosario will complete the putout, and there's 2 gone here via the strikeout.
Another curveball there. Concepcion is a pitcher, Dylan, who lives by the fastball, but he's also got a really good off-speed pitch, and if it catches you, it's tough to hit. It's tough to pick up, and it's even tougher to hit.
So Gibson Krasminski will step into the batter's box. He's not found anybody tough to hit today. He's 3 for 3. He's also been hit by a pitch, and got hit by a pitch up high. First pitch from Concepcion. Fouled straight back, 0-1. Concepcion taking his time, getting the baseball the way he likes it on the mound. Oh, 1 home. Ball 1. Boy, oh boy, Noah, you weren't kidding about feeling the base everywhere downtown.
You can feel it here across the river. We can feel it up here in the press box.
The 1-1. Can't find the zone. 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Off the plate outside. 3-1 now to Krasminski.
And here come the chants from the Ballflowers. They want a 4th ball to put the runner aboard.
3-1 count. Krasminski trying to reach for the 5th time tonight.
And they just rung him up on a 2nd strike. He knew it right away.
So now the count is full at 3-2. Rob Stevenson, the home plate umpire, thought it was strike 3. It in fact was not. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Concepcion strikes out the side in the bottom of the 8th. Royals have their last chance coming up. 6-2 London from Labatt Park.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of Majors TV.
Hello, my name is Jim Nuther with Nuther's Award Store. Come along with me on a virtual tour to take a look at our amazing products and services that we're able to provide to you to help you with your recreation needs.
Hey there, my name's Will. I'm the owner of Throw London. This is some of the staff that helps us out here from day to day to keep things moving. We have other people that work with us too. They're not here today, and we'd like to thank them for helping us and helping you. If you're not sure what you'd like to throw, an axe or a knife, we can take care of that for you. We throw the axes, knives, we have darts, shovels. You don't need to do anything. You don't need any experience whatsoever. We'll take care of that as well. If you happen to win a league and you have that competitive side, you get your name on this League of Legends wall, which is amazing. If you like to have a cold beverage, we can serve that for you as well. So when you're thinking about doing next event, friends, family, corporation, or just a hangout, come on and think about Throw London.
As Country Roads take us home here at Labatt Memorial Park, it is 6-2 London, and Skylar Janice coming into the ball game, Noah, to close this contest out. His 7th appearance of the year, 1-0 with a 1.80 ERA.
Did we catch a hot mic singing there, Dylan?
I don't think so. I was very careful about it, but I was giving it to Country Roads karaoke up here in the press box. Andy Leader gives this one a pretty good ride out to center field. Moving back on it, Champ Garner. It's a quick out for Skylar Janice.
Can't ask for much quicker than that to begin the top of the 9th inning. 1 pitch, 1 out, and the Royals are down to their final 2 outs here tonight.
So Garrett Takamatsu into the batter's box now. 1 for 3 on the day. Skylar Janice delivers the first pitch. That's in there for a strike. Sorry, go ahead, Noah.
Not a safe situation here for Janice, but almost treated like so. He gets the clean 9th inning to himself here to try and shut the door for the majors.
Janice has been stellar this season. 0-1 pitch ripped by Takamatsu. That's a base hit. Chasing after it, Krasminski as the DH rounds the first base bag, and he will stay there. So it's a 1-out single in the 9th inning for Garrett Takamatsu.
Well, they've got a runner aboard here, and now they've got to try and not only push him around, but get some more guys on here. 4-run deficit here in the 9th, down to their final couple outs now.
Janice last worked last Saturday against the Welland Jackfish in Welland through 3 scoreless innings, allowing just 1 hit, struck out a batter. He's been having a great year for London. First pitch to Josh Garton, misses for ball 1. That one misses as well. 2 balls and no strikes here to the big bat of Garden.
Just missing down in the zone here. See if they make a move to try and attack the hitter here. Garton, he can do some damage with the bat. There's no denying that. Can't tie it with one swing, though.
2-0 is fouled off by Garton. That's well out of play. 2-1 count. 2-1, 1 away. Garton at the plate. Takamatsu standing over at first base. Here's the pitch. That's there for a strike. Garton with a late swing. That's indicating that he thinks he should have hit that one.
That's oh boy. I should have took a cut at that one. He knew it. 2-2.
2-2, 1 out. Janice sets. Kicks and deals. Upstairs, did he go? No, says James Deacon. I don't really think he came close.
No, it didn't look like it from up here at least. It was an idea. They tried to climb the ladder on him. I think they were a little bit too high that he was able to hold up. If they brought that down even another 6 inches, he might have offered at that one fully.
So 3-2, 1 away. Takamatsu not running. Garton hits this one on the ground towards shortstop. It goes between the legs of Ty Mosher, and it's into center field. So on what will surely be ruled an error, Garton will reach and put 2 runners on for the Guelph Royals.
Well, that ball was hit hard to shortstop, and he just didn't stay down on it enough. I don't know if it was the eyes lighting up, seeing that double play ball to end the game, but glove came up a little bit too early, allowed the ball to get underneath. It's going to be an error, and it'll put runners at first and second with still 1 out here in the 9th. And just like that, the game's tying run rolls into the on-deck circle with only 1 away here in the 9th.
Ethan Hammond into the batter's box has a sacrifice fly today. Aside from that, he is 0 for. Takamatsu at second. Garton standing over at first. Cardoso playing in front of the runner Garton. This one ripped right field, sinking quickly, and it will drop in front of Reichstein. Takamatsu gets the stop sign, and the tying run will step into the batter's box here for the Guelph Royals.
Well, and give credit where credit is due for the Royals. They have battled here in the 9th inning, and really they have battled in the back half of this baseball game after being held to the hit column for the first 4 innings. They have 7 hits in the back half of the game, and they have loaded the bases with 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. This will draw a mound visit. It is Brent Wales out there to chat things over. There is nobody up in the bullpen for London. This is up to the man on the hill and the defense behind him.
Yeah, nobody throwing for the majors. It is Skylar Janice's inning. He will face Keon Maseni. A home run ties the ball game.
He's not thinking that.
No.
Keep the line moving here. The Royals have been doing a great job at doing that here in the 9th.
Maseni has not hit a long ball this year for what it's worth. He's only hitting 179 this season coming into the ball game today. He is 1 for 3.
I am interested to kind of see the defense here for the majors.
Corners are in, middle is back. Outfield at normal depth. That one misses for ball one. The last time Janice allowed a run in an outing was May 31st against the Brantford Red Sox. (1-0) home. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Looks like a pinch hitter on deck for the Guelph Royals. Mark Nellis is taking some hacks. The priority for Janice is Mosseni. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good placement of that pitch, and it's 1-2.
Identical, Dylan, to the pitch prior. Inside. Got him to swing through it, and now it's 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Janice sets. Big pitch here. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Beautiful breaking ball from Skylar Janice. He gets the second out. And now Nellis will step into the batter's box representing the tying run and the last chance for Guelph.
So the Royals go to a pinch hitter here with the bases loaded, 2 out, top of the ninth. Tying run is at the plate here. Mark Nellis will look to try and keep the inning alive and keep the game alive here for the Royals.
Nellis batting .320 this season across 18 games. 16 for 50. First pitch from Janice. Breaking ball, misses, 1-0. Janice taking his time out there on the mound, trying to get set for this big pitch coming up. Takamatsu at third, Garton at second, Hammond at first. The 1-0. Fouled straight back, 1-1.
Fans here, the ones in attendance that have stuck it out to the end. Trying to cheer on the Majors here. Looking to close it out in the ninth. There's a decent crowd today, 1,500 plus, I would say.
Got to be pretty close to it.
If not close to that 2 range when things were a little bit busier, middle of the game.
Janice finds the outside corner. It's 1-2. 1-2. 2 out. Bases are loaded for the Guelph Royals. Skylar Janice a chance to send the home crowd home happy.
Up on their feet here. A bunch of them.
Nellis trying to keep the Royals' hopes in this ball game alive. Janice gets the sign he wants and comes set. The 1-2 home. Just missed, wasn't by much, and it's 2-2.
He really is taking every second he can out there on the hill to gather himself. Trying not to let the bases loaded 2 out moment get too big for the right-hander.
Janice sets. The 2-2 pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the first base umpire. And that's the ball game. Skylar Janice works his way out of it in the ninth, and the Majors are victorious by a score of 6-2.
Well, it really did come down to the wire, didn't it, Dylan? Royals were able to get the tying run to the plate. And that's where it will stay. A 6-2 final score here for London tonight is the final, a big win.
Majors improved to 15-9 now on the season. They're 2-1 against Guelph this year. Perfect at home. In the Majors' last 8 ball games now, the home team has won every single game. Whether that's been the Majors or their opponent, it has been the home team that has won the last 8 contests for the Majors. They keep that up here tonight. A solid performance all around I'm not even sure who our player of the game is yet, Noah, because there was some debate coming into this, but a terrific performance by the Majors here on Pride Night at the ballpark, coming away with a 6-2 victory. Hits ended up being even at 7-7, but London walks away with a win.
They walk away with the win. They improve to, what was my stat, 8-6 on Rock the Park nights, now 9-6 on Rock the Park nights since 2010. And I believe our very own Justin Koehler is ready down at field level with our Nuthers player of the game.
So I'm here with none other than Braden Farrington, today's starter. Spectacular performance, 5 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. How do you feel about today's performance?
It was fun, honestly. I didn't know about starting until maybe about an hour and a half before the game. So, hey, it is what it is.
Well, look at you go. Quite an impressive showing. And the rest of the bullpen also did well, coming right in after you. What is the camaraderie like between you and the rest of the bullpen in general?
We all love each other. You know what? It's a family atmosphere down there, and we're all for one for all. It's great.
Love to hear it. And last but not least, you were named one of the All-Stars for the upcoming showcase. Where and when did you find out that you ended up being one of the All-Stars?
Oh, shoot. I was actually I can't disclose that information. But I was on my couch. I knew before it was announced.
There we go. Okay. That works well. We're all excited to see. Excited to see all the different gloves and all that I'm sure you have in store.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a fun time. Tune in.
And so, without further ado, let's send it back up to Noah and Dylan to wrap up the rest of the game.
Justin, thank you. And Braden, thank you for tonight's contest. We got the Collins slide in here as Noah rejoins me in the Game Day London broadcast booth to wrap this ball game up. What a performance by Braden Farrington on the mound. Noah, exactly what the Majors needed. He mentioned he didn't know he was going to be starting until late. He put on a terrific performance.
Yeah, that's always tough as a pitcher when you don't know if you're going to get the ball when you show up to the ballpark. He didn't show up to the ballpark today knowing he was going to be starting today's game, and to go out there and give us the effort that he did. 4 no-hit innings to begin the ball game before a leadoff double in the 5th by Takamatsu, and he finished off what was a pretty good day on the hill for Braden Farrington to help the Majors to the 6-2 victory. Get back into the win column, which is really welcoming for this club after the sloppy finish, I'll call it, to last weekend.
Absolutely it is. The offense was pretty quiet later in the ball game, but early on they got on Hector Yan and were very successful.
Yeah, certainly. Hector Yan struggled early, gave up 4 runs in the bottom of the 2nd inning, and then 2 more in the bottom of the 4th. And that's all the Majors needed today. The 6 runs that they got in those innings were all they needed to come away with the victory today. There were zeros across the board the rest of the ball game, but 6 runs on 7 hits. They win this ball game by 4 thanks to some stellar pitching out of the bullpen. And, of course, the start from Braden Farrington to bring them the win here on this Friday night.
So that will do it for our coverage of tonight's contest between the Guelph Royals and the London Majors. The Majors pick up a big 6-2 victory and are back at home tomorrow night against the Brantford Red Sox. We do hope you'll join us. For Director Cal Johnstone, Noah Smith, our producer and color commentator extraordinaire, my name is Dylan Baker. We'll talk to you again tomorrow night.